I gotta be an idiot sometimes. Hey, what's up, guys? Just starting off my day. I'm about to drop off this order real quick, and just started off my day. I'm really excited. Today is the NBA Finals. A lot of things happening in my team, so I'm really excited about that too. And we're going to be talking about all of that because I've got a lot to say today about these NBA Finals and the whole Oklahoma City versus the Spurs. I have a lot to say about that. I'm really surprised how that went. Yo, what's good, Corey? New Wolverine. Corey, is that a game that you're looking forward to? I still haven't had a chance to I've been wanting to get into the Batman game that I have and the Deadpool game that I have for the VR headset. I still haven't gotten to either one of those games yet, but I do plan on getting to those games eventually because I found out that you could actually stream from the VR headset. You could stream from your VR headset. So I got a VR headset. I got a good amount of games for it, and I think this summer I want to start streaming some of the games from my VR headset. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. I just have to drop this off real quick. Okay, and I am back, guys. Alright, let's get started. Let's get this day started. I'm trying to make today. I want to make some extra money. I'm not trying to buy a Hall of Fame box, but I did see they dropped some like premium packs in my team that guarantees you like a sellable diamond, a sellable pink diamond, a sellable galaxy opal, and a sellable dark matter. I think they should have also done a sellable 100 pack, but I do want to buy all of those packs because they're option packs and they have some pretty good options in them. So I'm gonna probably buy those packs today. That's the only thing I really want to buy. I just bought a Hall of Fame box a few days ago, and I spent a good amount of money today. $100 in the box, and I think I also ripped some packs. But I am sitting on 14 million MT currently, and I still have 100 overall Magic Johnson, Invincible Ray Allen, and I have Invincible Akeem Olajuwon. Oh, and Invincible Anthony Davis. I just picked up and acquired Invincible Anthony Davis. So I have those 4 players to sell, and I still have 14 million MT. I'm guessing once I sell Magic, once I sell Akeem, once I sell Ray Allen, and once I sell Anthony Davis, I'm probably gonna be closer to 17 million MT. Or yeah, I'll probably be around 17 mil. So right now I do have 14 mil, and I have those 4 sellable players. So I think I'm in a good situation right now. Besides my team, I've been watching a lot of basketball. The Spurs versus the Thunder series was one of the best series in basketball that I've seen in decades. Like, that was such a good series, such a good game. I mean, just a series, just such a good two good teams going at each other. I didn't know who was gonna win that game 7. For a second there, I thought Oklahoma City and the Thunder were gonna take it. They were just a deeper team, a more experienced team than the Spurs. And I thought maybe eventually the Spurs, like, youth was gonna, shine through and kind of cause them the game, because usually in NBA playoffs and NBA finals basketball, what wins you the game, what wins you that series is the experience and having veterans on the team. And I thought the Thunder were gonna win it. SGA played a really good game in game 7, but Chet did not play good at all. I think he only scored 2 buckets, and I'm not even sure if Chet attempted any fourth quarter shots or anything like that. So I was really disappointed with Chet, because I always put Chet. Hey, what's up, Martin? Have a good summer, my dude. I hope you're having a good summer, Martin. I appreciate that, Martin. Thanks a lot. But I really thought Chet was on the same level as a Wemby. I thought Chet was gonna be like Wemby's rival for like the next 10 years, and I thought they were gonna have a good rivalry, the way Patrick Ewing had a rival with Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson and Shaq. But it just looks like Chet, I almost want to say, looks like he's borderline scared of Victor Wembanyama. Like, he doesn't. Chet plays good against every other team in the league, except for when he plays against the Spurs. When he plays against the Spurs, he's like a huge no-show. So I don't know what's going on with Chet. It looks like a huge, major, like, mental block with him. I feel like he's got PTSD when he plays against Victor Wembanyama. He just doesn't show up. He's not the same usual Chet that he is against every other team. Against every other team, Cheddar dominates. And then against Wemby, he just shrivels up and he hides in a corner. So, I don't know what's going on with Chet. There's a lot of rumors that Chet might be up on the trading block. There was one rumor that they might trade Chet to the Milwaukee Bucks and try to get Giannis. Yo, what up, OG Kicks? Good to see you, my dude. Everyone, please like up the stream, and if you haven't subbed up yet, please sub up. We're at 2,100 subs. We're almost at 2,200 subs. We're on the road to 3,000, and pretty soon we'll be on the road to 5,000 subs. Let's do it together, and let's grow the channel together, because without you guys, I couldn't do this. So I would really appreciate it if you guys can like up and sub up. It makes my day. And I always say, if you can do something to make the next person happy or a person around you happy, if it doesn't take much effort or energy to make the person right next to you happy, just do it. Do whatever it takes to make the next person happy. And I'm sure that kind of karma is going to come back to you. And next thing you know, someone's doing something to make you happy. And if we could just all think like that and all live like that, try to help the next man up, try to do something to make him happy, the world would be a better place overall in general. But like I said, guys, I was really disappointed with Chet. I just thought Chet had more in him. I thought Chet had more of a dog in him. I thought he had more bark. It always seems like Chet wants, I know in their younger years, Chet was always kind of dominating Wemby. In like the college scene or the overseas scene, I know that Cheddar was always dominating Wemby. And you could tell Chet wants to dominate Wemby and be that man, be the first or second best center in the league. But I have to say that ever since Wemby and Chet has come into the league, whenever Chet plays against Wemby, he doesn't even look like the second best center in the league. But when Chet plays against anyone else not named Wemby, he looks like a stud out there. He looks like the best center in the league. And you think, man, this guy's got to be good competition for Wemby. Man, this guy can go head-to-head with Wemby. But really, that's not the case. Wemby is a freak of nature. Wemby is an alien. Wemby is something different. Wemby is on that next level. And if you ask me, I think Victor Wembanyama, they used to call LeBron James the chosen one. I think Victor Wembanyama is going to be the man, the person, the player, the myth, whatever you want to call him, a legend. He is going to be the man that stops the GOAT debate. He is going to break down the walls when it comes to the GOAT debate. And pretty soon, I was gonna say like 2 or 3 years from now, people are gonna forget about King James and him ever being considered the GOAT. But Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are so ahead of schedule that he might be a champion this year. The whole GOAT talk about Victor Wembanyama being the greatest of all time, that might start 2 or 3 years ahead of time. That might start 2 or 3 years early, because he's 22 and he's looking that great. Victor Wembanyama is 22 years old, and I've been watching basketball for a very long time, since the Magic and Kareem days. I have not seen a basketball player like Victor Wembanyama who captures the attention of everyone watching since like the Magic Johnson and Kareem days, since Larry Bird, since Michael Jordan, since Kobe Bryant. I have not seen anyone grab the attention of NBA fans and amaze them and wow them the way Victor Wembanyama has. I don't think there's ever been anyone that's come out of, come into the league with this much anticipation, this much pressure on their shoulder, actually living up to it. Like, Victor is not just, hype. He's living up to the hype. I don't know, OG Kicks. That is a good question. After that performance against Victor Wembanyama, who the heck wants Chet? I don't know, but the only team I can think of is the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, it looks like Giannis doesn't want to be there any longer. Giannis wants to move on. Giannis wants an opportunity to win more championships. And Oklahoma City needs somebody that can get rough with Wemby. Somebody that could muscle up Wemby. Somebody that can stand toe-to-toe to him and possibly stop him. And that is not Chet. Chet is not going to stop Wemby anytime soon. Chet is not physical like that. He doesn't have the physicality. He doesn't have the physique to stop a Wemby. Wemby's height is too much for him. The only person that I could picture stopping a Wemby in the future is a Giannis. And you got to get Giannis on the right team, and that would be Oklahoma City Thunder. If you put Giannis and SGA together, that's like having a Kobe and Shaq combo. And it's going to allow SGA to play one-on-one, because you're not going to be able to double team off of him, or you're going to have to, or Giannis is going to score, and you're not going to be able to double team Giannis in the low post, or SGA is going to score. And the good thing, if they're able to work out a trade for Giannis, that's the only person that I could think of that's going to be able to help SGA win further championships, and that's the only person that I could think of that could possibly slow down Victor Wembanyama. But it's going to be hard to sell Chet around. It's going to be hard to shop him around after the performance he just had. It really is. So I don't know what Oklahoma City's going to do for next season, but, people were comparing SGA to Michael and Kobe and calling him the next Michael and the next Kobe. I don't know if anyone can remember, but Michael Jordan's got a 3-peat underneath his belt. Kobe Bryant has got a 3-peat and a 2-peat underneath his belt. And the 2-peat he did was without a top 75 player by his side. Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry are the only two players to win a championship without a top 75 player by their side. And Kobe did it twice, back-to-back years. He got a 2-peat without having a top 75 player by his side. So I don't know why people had the nerve to compare SGA to Kobe and Michael when he's done nothing. I should put him on the same level as a Kobe and Michael. He doesn't have back-to-back championship rings. He's not a great defender like a Michael and Kobe. Kobe was on the all-defensive team 12 times in a row for 12 years straight. SGA, you're lucky if SGA even gets second all-defensive team ever in his career. So I don't think SGA is the best defender. And also, he just didn't perform. He performed good in Game 7. The rest of the series, SGA had like some, what I would call mid type of games. I think there was one game where he only had like 22 points or something. If you want to be compared to Kobe and Michael, you have to go into the NBA playoffs and score 27, 28, 32 points a game and not have those points come off of the free throw line. Half of SGA's points come from the free throw line. It doesn't matter that SGA is getting 30 points a game when half of them come from the free throw line. Those are non-impactful points. Those are points that don't matter. They're just points that, help you pat your stats. That's all they are. Yeah, it helps him get to 30 points a game. Yeah, it helps him pat his stats. But do those points from the free throw line come at important, meaningful, crucial moments in the game where you need buckets? No, they don't. They come early in the first half. He gets a lot of free throws. He pump fakes a lot. He gets people to fall for the pump fake and bite on it. He ends up with the foul calls. But I can't say that his points are crucial, meaningful, impactful points that come at the right time when the team needs a bucket. When the team needs a bucket, SGA is over there trying to bait someone into a foul. He's trying to get to the foul line. That's how he scores his points. And I think if you're SGA next year, you have to work on your game. You have to go to the gym, bulk up. SGA is way too thin, way too fragile. When Michael Jordan realized that the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics were going to beat up on him all day, he went to the gym and he bulked up. When Kobe Bryant realized the Spurs were always going to try to outmuscle him and Bruce Bowen was always going to play defense, what did Kobe Bryant do? He got into the gym and he bulked up. And I feel like that's what SGA needs to do. SGA needs to get into the gym and actually bulk up a little bit and put on some muscle so he can take the hits when he gets into the paint, when he's slashing into the rim. It feels like SGA for half the game is always on the damn floor. Yo, what up, Mom? But it always seems like SGA is on the floor, and he's always hitting the floor. Every time he takes it to the rim for a dunk or a layup, if the opponent just gives him a little bump, he's on the floor crying for a foul. And I don't ever remember Michael Jordan crying for foul calls. I don't ever remember Kobe Bryant crying for fouls to get to the free throw line as much as SGA does. If you breathe hard on SGA, if you even look at him the wrong way, he's going to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And like I said, does it really matter if he's scoring 30 points a game if half of his points come from the free throw line in non-crucial, non-meaningful moments of the game? It doesn't really help your team win. And that's why the Thunder didn't win. There was just nothing tough about the Thunder. They don't have not one tough person on that team, not one tough veteran on that team. The toughest person on their team was, what's his name that was guarding Wemby, the center that was guarding Wemby and trying to rough him up. He was doing a pretty decent job of roughing up Wemby, trying to play good defense on Wemby, constantly tugging at his arm, trying to pull him down when he was trying to score. But that only lasted so long, To really go against Wemby, you needed somebody like Chet, somebody with Chet's kind of height and physique to bully Wemby around. You needed Chet to step it up and muscle Wemby up, and rough him up. But he didn't do any of that. He just cowered away in the corner and disappeared. It was like Chet wasn't even there. Yes, I feel like SGA is a very weak player. I don't want to call him weak. I'm going to use the word fragile. And I just remember when I was a kid watching basketball, players like a Magic Johnson, players like a Michael Jordan, players like a Kobe Bryant, players like Allen Iverson, who was only like 6 foot tall, would go and take it to the paint. They would go and take it to the rim for a dunk or a layup. And they would take the abuse. They would take the hits and finish the dunk and finish the layup. Allen Iverson is one of the smallest players that the NBA has ever seen. But yet he finished some of the most difficult layups in NBA history. He took the bump and he finished the layup. And SGA, you bump him and the guy's on the ground, ready to take a nap. He's ready to go to bed after he takes a bump. And yeah, you did, Jordan. You did. You called it. I just, as much as I see that SGA does have the skill set, SGA has the skill set of a Michael, of a Kobe. He's got a great low post game. He's got a great turnaround fadeaway. He's got a great game. He does. But he is mentally and physically weak. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to spark up this joint. After the loss, you know, you're over there on the podium and you just lost the game. And SGA wanted to come out with that nonchalant, I'm Mr. Cool attitude. It doesn't matter that we lost the game. I'll be back next year better and I'll try to help us win then. But then meanwhile, you got Victor Wembanyama out there who tells you that, hey, this game is meaningful to me. This game means my life. If I don't go out there and win this game, I feel like my life is over. And that's what SGA said. He said the game was that meaningful that it meant his life. It is this moment that his life that he's been working on to get to this point. So Wembanyama's whole life is dedicated to getting to this point, to this stage in his life, to this stage in the game. And he tells you that if I lose, it means my life to me. It means I've wasted all that energy, all that effort, all of those feelings. I wasted this moment. If I don't win this championship, I wasted my life. And that to me means a lot. To see somebody 22 years old pouring that much emotion and feeling and love into the game of basketball, that means a lot to me as a fan. That means I can invest the next 20 years of my life rooting for this guy. That means I can invest my time watching his games because I know that he actually cares about the game. I know that he loves the game and he wants to win with a passion. He wants to start his legacy. He wants to build his legacy and tell people, I'm one of the all-time greats. Victor Wembanyama wants to be up there with Michael Jordan. He wants to be up there with Kobe. He wants to be up there with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He wants to be in the same sentence as Shaquille O'Neal. And that means a lot to me as a fan, as a person that loves basketball, as a person that loves hoops, and has been watching basketball since he was 5 years old. It means a lot when I see a person care that much, when they put their blood, sweat, and tears and dedicate their life to the game of basketball, the way a Michael Jordan, the way a Kobe Bryant did. Kobe Bryant was all about basketball to the day that fucking helicopter crashed on the ground and took his life away at an early age. That's how much Kobe Bryant loved basketball. And to me, to watch somebody like for example, there was a year where LeBron James lost in the NBA Finals. And when they asked him, how do you feel, LeBron? You just lost in the NBA Finals for the 5th time in a row. His answer was, well, we're just talking about a game. At the end of the day, it is just a game. And we're just talking about a game. It is just a game. So that showed me the game of basketball, LeBron James, that put billions of dollars in your pockets that we have given you as fans, either by buying your fucking jerseys or your sneakers or by attending the game. At the end of the day, it's just a game for LeBron James. Win or lose, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if that's your first time in that fucking stand, in that arena, watching a game, watching a playoff game. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the effort he put into it. He tells you at the end of the day, it's just a game. SGA came out with that same nonchalant attitude of, oh, well, it's just a game. I'm going to take the offseason to improve, and we'll see what happens. But meanwhile, you got 22-year-old Victor Wembanyama on the other side, crying in fucking tears, pouring out his heart, telling you that he's been fucking playing this game since he was a kid to get to this one moment in his life that meant more than anything. It meant his life. He said, I have to get to the NBA Finals. I have to get the championship. I have to get that fucking award. And to me, that means a lot. I think it does. And not only does he put his blood, sweat, and tears and all of his efforts and his energy, you know, and all of his emotions into that moment, but Wembanyama's got the skill set. I don't care what anyone said about, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being unstoppable back in the day. Wemby's really going to be Wemby is going to be the person that ends the GOAT debate, Ghost. He is going to be the end of the GOAT debate. He's going to crash those walls down. And when people start saying in the future, who's the GOAT? The conversation is going to be Michael, Wemby. Man, I would like to say Kobe's going to be in the conversation. And I would like to even say Bron is going to be in the conversation. But I really don't know. When it's all said and done, I don't know if there's going to be anyone else in that GOAT debate except for Michael and Wemby. and that's it. Because he is that amazing. He's that much of a phenom. I know a lot of people used to say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was phenomenal. He had that one go-to move, the sky hook, that no one could stop. No, there is something more special about Victor Wembanyama than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The aura, his skill set. He is 7'4". Victor Wembanyama has the skill set of Michael Jordan, of Kobe Bryant, of Steph Curry, of Hakeem Olajuwon, of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's all of those players in one. Okay, he could step out 40 feet. 5 feet beyond the three-point line and sink the three-point shot like it's nothing. Like he's Steph Curry, like he's Chef Curry up on the court. He could take it to the rim like he's Michael and Kobe and finish it with a windmill dunk. He could do a step back three like his name is James Harden. He finds the open man like he's Magic Johnson. The guy's just phenomenal. I haven't been this amazed by a basketball player since Kobe Bryant. That's the honest truth. The next basketball player that amazed me that much was Steph Curry. But remember, Steph Curry didn't come out of college being anything amazing. Nobody knew that Steph Curry was going to turn into Chef Curry. But he's on that kind of level. Victor Wembanyama, skill set wise, he's on the level of a KD. He's on the level of Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's got that kind of skill set. And I don't know who's going to stop him. If Chet can't stop him, I don't know who is. But to me, he is going to be the man. He's going to be the myth, a legend. He's going to be the man that stops the GOAT debate. He's going to end the GOAT debate. All of this GOAT conversation that's been going on for like 20 years now, 30 years, is going to come to an end pretty soon. Pretty soon, a lot of people are only going to recognize Victor Wembanyama as the next GOAT, especially this generation. Now, you're going to have your old heads that are going to tell you, you know, Michael is the GOAT or Kobe's the GOAT. But this generation that's grown up with Victor Wembanyama, they're going to be like, hey, how can you even deny that he's the GOAT? He looks that amazing. Okay, guys, I just got to go inside and pick something up real quick. I got to pick up this order, and then I'll be back because I am not done talking about the GOAT debate. I'm not done talking about Victor Wembanyama. There is so much to talk about this guy. He's not even a man. He's an alien. That's what Victor Wembanyama is. He's an alien. And there's a lot we could talk about. And I got so much to say about him. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. All right, guys, I am back. Let's start up the trip. It's a $7 order. Today's going to be really busy because it is game 1 of the NBA Finals. And whenever there's an NBA game or like any sort of sporting event, DoorDash, Uber Eats, it gets really, really busy out here. So I do expect to be real busy today. And I'm hoping to make a lot of money. Yo, what's good, FOMO? Yo, the NBA Finals is starting today, my dude. Are you excited? Because I know I'm excited. I'm excited to see Victor Wembanyama play. And guys, I'm from New York. And I've been waiting to see the New York Knicks back into the finals since the Houston Rocket days. That must have been when the Knicks faced off against the Houston Rockets. That must have been late 90s, I want to say, maybe, or maybe mid 90s. I really can't say. But it's been that long that I've forgotten when was the last time the Knicks were in the finals. And as much as I love my New York Knicks, I love the New York Knicks, but for some reason, I think Wemby is so phenomenal, such a phenom, such a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent. Just the way, since Michael retired, you never seen anything like Michael Jordan. You never seen anything like Kobe again. You never saw anything like Magic Johnson again, or Kareem, or Shaq. Victor Wembanyama is that next type of generational talent. You're never going to see anything like Wemby again. You know, Shaquille O'Neal was a much bigger player than Wemby is. I know he's not as tall as Wemby, but Shaquille O'Neal was a much bigger, stronger player. And he dominated the game with his size and his speed, and mostly with his size. Victor Wembanyama doesn't use his size the way Shaq does. Victor Wembanyama is utilizing his skill set to be the dominant player he is. His size is just an add-on. His size is just a bonus. His size is just a perk that he is 7'4". But Victor Wembanyama could be 7'1" and he would still be dominating because his skill set is that of a person that's generational talent. His skill set is that of a Steph Curry. It looks like somebody took Steph Curry and combined Steph Curry with Akeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, and Kobe, and Kareem. And they made this alien prototype out in a laboratory. And I've never felt like that about anyone else before, that this man's skill set reminds me of so many other players because he can do it all. Just the way KD can score from any place on the floor over anyone, Victor Wembanyama can score from any place on the floor over anyone. He has the same skill set that I would say is the blueprint for greatness. Michael Jordan was the blueprint for greatness. Kobe Bryant was the blueprint for greatness. Tim Duncan was a blueprint for greatness. He has that kind of skill set. You know, he's not just somebody that's using his size and speed to barrel his way to the rim and then dunk over everyone. He's doing a step back three. He's doing a crossover dribble, blowing by the man and then doing a windmill dunk at the end. He's getting into the low post and fading away over the opponent. He's just amazing. I think Victor Wembanyama is amazing. It's not to take anything away from Oklahoma City and the Thunder and SGA. I still think they're amazing. I still think they have an amazing team that they should hold together. I'm not one of those people that think they should trade Chet for Giannis. I think they should keep their young core together and just build upon it. Add pieces. Get Chet into the gym. They need to get Chet to add about 15, 20 pounds of muscle. They need to get SGA to add about 10, 15 pounds worth of muscle. And I think once they do that and they get a few players, you know, maybe a veteran that is going to be known for defense and to make the team tougher. The team was just too sassy and too soft. That was the problem with Oklahoma City, is that they're too sassy and they're too soft. And you needed somebody to be tough. You needed a veteran to come in there and toughen up Victor Wembanyama and say, hey, we're not going to make this easy for you. This is not going to be a cakewalk for you, and you're not going to walk all over us like a fucking floor mat, like a doormat. And that's what Wemby did. Wemby never looked nervous. Even when they lost the game, I think it was game 2. After they lost the game, Victor Wembanyama was in the tunnels, hugging his teammates, giving them high fives, huddling with them, saying, you guys did a great job. We got this series. We could beat them. We're better than them. I know we're better than them. And that was after the game 2 loss. He said that he still felt that they were better than the Thunder after the game 2 loss. He oozes aura. He oozes confidence. The boy is 22 years old, and he is providing leadership for that whole team like he's a veteran that's been in the league for 10 years. So as great as I think SGA is, and SGA is great, he does shine bright like a diamond. He could be the next Michael. He could be the next Kobe. I don't know if he ever will play that kind of defense, but his star did not shine brighter than Victor Wembanyama. He did not outshine. Victor Wembanyama came in there. He outshined SGA He outshined Chet. He outshined the whole Oklahoma City Thunder team by himself. I want the Knicks to win too, just to see and Joseph Hart everything, because I'm a huge fan of the Pelicans and I like them both. You know, FOMO, I'm a New York Knicks fan, and I've been a New York Knicks fan since I was a kid. But since I was a kid, I've also been a Laker fan. I was also a Golden State Warrior fan for a little bit. But I can't say that I've been a fan of any other team as long as I've been a fan of the Knicks. The Lakers come close, but I was a New York Knicks fan first as a kid, and I was a New York Knicks fan most of my life, all the way until they lost to the Spurs in the finals. After the Knicks lost to the Spurs in the finals, I was kind of done with the Knicks. They let me down, and all hope that I ever had of the New York Knicks winning kind of went down the drain after they lost to the Spurs in the finals back in the days. And here we are, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years later, and we got the New York Knicks back in the finals against the Spurs. I want to say that even as a New York Knicks fan, I just don't see it happening. I don't see the New York Knicks being able to beat the Spurs. I know they're a deeper team. They're a tougher team than Oklahoma City. They have some veterans on that team that are tough, tough veterans. They're willing to get out there, do the dirty work. They're willing to get out there and rough up the opponent and play tough with them. They're willing to go out there and fight for rebounds and fight on defense. The Knicks do have what it takes to beat the Spurs, but I think they're missing that one superstar that can get them over the hump to win the series. Can the Knicks win a couple of games? I think the Knicks might win 1 or 2 games against the Spurs, but I don't think the Knicks have the generational talent that it takes to match up against Victor Wembanyama, defeat the Spurs, and take them down. I just don't see it. I really don't. And Karl Anthony Towns is going to be guarding Victor Wembanyama a good portion of the series. Karl Anthony Towns is not a great defender. He is not known to be even a good defender. Karl Anthony Towns is sassy. Karl Anthony Towns is soft. Soft like tissue paper is Karl Anthony Towns. I've never seen him play defense when he was with the Timberwolves. I've never seen him play defense as a New York Knick. He is just a soft player. Is he a good offensive player? He's one of the best, not one of the best bigs ever, but he's one of the best bigs that can spread the floor. He's one of the better shooting three-point bigs of all time. Is that enough to beat Wemby? No. Wemby spreads the floor too. Wemby can shoot the even deeper threes. And on top of that, Wemby's going to stop Karl Anthony Towns. He's going to be able to box him in and lock him down. Because Wemby plays defense. Wemby puts energy and effort into everything. He puts effort into and energy into offense. He puts effort and energy on the defensive end too. He pours his heart into the game. And the only person on the New York Knicks that plays with any heart, with any emotion, that wants to win and makes it look like his life depends on it, is just Brunson. And as much as I love Brunson, sometimes I think Brunson is the next Allen Iverson. Sometimes I watch Brunson and his game is so good, so unique at his size, that he reminds me of Allen Iverson. And sometimes I think he's even better than Allen Iverson. He definitely shoots a lot better than Allen Iverson. Spurs in 6 for sure, FOMO. He definitely shoots better than Allen Iverson, but he has the same big heart that Allen Iverson does. Brunson will take it to the rim amongst the fucking towers, amongst the tree over there, and he doesn't care. He takes it amongst the trees, amongst the towers. He goes into that he goes crashing into the paint. He gets fouled. He ends up on the floor. He gets back up. He shoots his free throws like a man. He's tough. Like I said, he's relentless going to the hoop. He's got a phenomenal step back shot. He's got a good mid-range game and a great three-point game. And Brunson is also clutch. He's going to come through for you in the fourth quarter. He's going to get meaningful points at crucial moments in the game. He's going to get very meaningful points, very clutch points in the fourth quarter. The only thing is that Brunson is 6'3" or something like that, guys. I don't know if a team should be placing all the responsibility, all the weight of winning a championship on somebody's shoulders that is only 6'3" tall. You know, to ask Brunson, hey, carry us to a championship, I think that's asking a bit much. Now, if Brunson was the second scoring option on that team, and they had somebody, like I said earlier, a superstar that could match up with Wemby, a superstar that could get them over the hump, I feel like that's what they're missing. They're missing that one more player that can get them over the hump. Brunson is a great scoring option. He could be the first scoring option. He could be a second scoring option. But either way, Brunson needs some help. He needs more help than Karl Anthony Towns, more help than Hart. Those guys are great. They're good role players. I just don't think they're superstars. I don't think they're on the same level as Brunson. And Brunson is tough. Brunson's got heart. He pours his heart and his emotions into the game too. He wants to win. He's clutch. But I think to put all the responsibility and all the weight, all the stress, all the pressure of winning a championship on his shoulders, and the fact that he's only 6'3", I think that's asking a lot from a player that is so small. Just the way it was a lot to ask Allen Iverson to carry the 76ers to a championship by himself. He just couldn't do it, and I don't see Brunson being able to do it. If you get Brunson some help as a scoring option number 1 or 2, Brunson could win you the championship. If he has a little bit more help, if you can get him a legit superstar. Karl Anthony Towns is not a superstar. Karl Anthony Towns is a very good all-star player that plays his role. I'm not saying he's a role player, but he plays his role very well, and he's a very good all-star player, perennial all-star. Is he a superstar? No. Karl Anthony Towns is not a superstar. And that's what Brunson needs by his side. He needs one more superstar that when the opponent is doubling down on him, because we all know that the New York Knicks are going to go to Brunson in the fourth quarter. We all know that Brunson is their go-to guy for scoring in the fourth quarter. Well, damn, when the team is doubling down on Brunson, Brunson needs to be able to find somebody that he can rely on that's going to score the ball, that's going to be a consistent threat and a consistent scoring option. Sometimes Karl Anthony Towns just disappears. Same thing with Hart. Sometimes those guys just disappear. And the only person I see trying their hardest in the fourth quarter of a New York Knicks game is just Brunson. And he needs more help. It just can't be 6'3" Brunson trying to win New York their first championship in over 40 years. The man is not Allen Iverson, and even Allen Iverson couldn't do it by himself. So that's where I stand on the New York Knicks. As much as I love the New York Knicks, I've been rooting for the New York Knicks for over 40 years of my life. I just don't see them winning. I don't see him being able to pull it off. I think the San Antonio Spurs are going to win this championship, and it's going to be the start of the Wemby legacy. It's going to be the start of his legacy. It's going to be him building his legacy. And I think the guy is going to finish with such an amazing career, such an amazing legacy, if he could just stay away from injuries. And if Wemby ends up playing anything over 15 years, even the longevity conversation that LeBron James played for 22 years. If we can get 15 years out of Victor Wembanyama, I don't even think anyone's gonna give a damn about the longevity record, because that's all it is. LeBron's stats are just longevity stats. Stats that he took him 22 years to pat. Records that took him 22 years to pat. It took him 22 years, and he still couldn't accomplish what Michael Jordan did in 13 years and what Kobe Bryant did in like 17 years. But I feel like Victor Wembanyama, man, that guy is so skilled. He's such a freak of nature, such an alien. Don't be surprised that if you give Wemby his first taste of a championship ring, you give him that first taste of a championship ring right now, not only is he ready to build a dynasty and start building his legacy, He's going to build a dynasty that might not lose a championship for the next 5-7 years. Believe me, if you're an SGA fan and you want to see SGA win a championship, he's going to be going through the Spurs for the next 5 to 7 years. Just the way Kobe Bryant had to go through the Spurs for like 5-7 years and had to go through Tim Duncan to win his championships. Back in the day when Kobe Bryant was winning his championship rings, the championship ring was actually won in the West, in the Western Conference Finals. Whoever came out of the Western Conference Finals in that decade, you knew was going to win the championship ring, and they really won it in that series. And it's going to be the same thing for Oklahoma City and the Spurs for the next 10 years. Whoever makes it out of the West, whether it's Oklahoma City or it's the Spurs, that most likely is going to be your champions. Because to me, the East looks weaker than ever. I don't see anything amazing about the East. The Celtics look good. The 76ers do not look good. The 76ers don't impress me. Joel Embiid has been injury prone his whole career, and Joel Embiid's constantly got to play limited minutes and play with the minute regulations. I don't see the 76ers and Joel Embiid ever winning anything. The Orlando Magic have a good young team in the East, but they're always losing the star players to other teams in free agency. The Cavaliers look pretty good. They got a good young team also. I don't ever see them winning a championship unless they get a superstar player that can get them over the hump. And the same thing with Detroit. I don't think the Detroit Pistons have enough star power to get over the hump. They got a good defensive team. They got very good role players. They got a really good deep team. But nothing to write home about. The only team in the East that looks good for maybe the next 3 years would be the Boston Celtics. I think they still look good with their core of players. But the East looks really weak to me, and it looks like it's going to be like that for the next 3 to 5 years. With all that said, whoever comes out of the West for the next 3 to 5 years, whether it's the Spurs or it's the Thunder, those are most likely going to be your champions. And I don't think SGA and the Thunder are going to be able to get through the Spurs anytime soon. Especially if after this year, the Spurs continue to build on that team. Let's not forget, Stephon Castle was Rookie of the Year. So the Spurs have a really good team, a really good core, a really good young core. And if the Spurs can continue building on that, if the Spurs can continue adding on to that, they're most likely going to have a dynasty that's going to be coming out of the West for the next 5 to 7 years. I could easily see Wemby building a dynasty that's going to dominate the league for the next 5-7 years. If you're not a Wemby fan, if you're not a Spurs fan, you're going to have some problems for the next 5-7 years. You're not going to be loving basketball for the next 5-7 years. You're not going to be enjoying rooting for your hometown team for the next 5-7 years. Because instead of your hometown team winning, I think the team that you got to root for is going to be the Spurs. I'm a New York Knicks and a Laker fan. And I'm ready to jump on board. I'm ready to jump on that boat and be a bandwagon fan. Because I could see that Wemby is a phenomenal talent that I want to enjoy rooting for the next 10 years. I don't want to have to root against Wemby. I want to root for him. I like everything about the kid. I like his charisma. I like his confidence. I like his aura. And that's who I'm going to be rooting for the next 10 years is a Victor Wembanyama. And I'm going to have fun rooting for Wemby because we're going to do a lot of winning. All right, there's somebody behind me. Hopefully they're able to let me in. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how people could live in a gated community and then they pull up to the gate and no one's got the gate code. It's just ridiculous. You're telling me there's 2 cars behind me and not one person knows the gate code to get in? Oh, okay, somebody finally opened up the gate. But yeah, I'm really excited. I know the game starts in about an hour or 2, so I'm just trying to make some extra money, and then I'm going to head home and watch the game today. That's what I'm excited about, is the game. All right, guys, I'm going to go drop off this order. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hey, what's up, Real? Real steamed milk. I like that. Real, I'm telling you, as a man, we all need a good happy mental health month. W's for that, Real. Wanted to touch on the whole happy mental health month. Let me tell you, as a guy, people don't realize, people always think that men are just a bunch of like emotionless, fucking, people and shit, and nothing bothers us, or nothing phases us, or nothing gets us depressed or sad or scared or nervous or worried. And as a guy, let me tell you, men also suffer from anxiousness or anxiety or stress or OCD and stuff like that. And I always want to say that, try to stay positive, try to be happy in life, try to, practice good mental health, and try to stay healthy, and do it for yourself and the others around you, so you could have a long, happy life with the people you love and with your family. What up, Uzma? I'm gonna call you Uzma. Guys, I need one more like to get to 10 likes. If you guys could like up the stream, I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't subbed up yet, please sub up. I'm here every day talking about NBA basketball and NBA 2K26 MYTEAM. Those are some of the two biggest passions in my life, is the game of basketball and the video game. And not more than my family and my son and things like that. But as far as hobbies go, basketball and comic books is really it for me as far as hobbies go. Those are the two things I'm the most into. Yeah, it is pretty shitty, Real. It is a real thing, and it's not something that people should make fun of, and it's not something that people should take so lightly. Everyone's got feelings, everyone's got emotions, and some people have more heightened feelings and emotions than other, and some people are more sensitive to things than other people. So we should also be, as people, we should always be considerate towards the way the next person is feeling. You never know how they're doing mentally. You never know if they're going through a rough stage in their life and how they're doing. So I'll try to be considerate for the next person around you. And I always say, if you can do something to make the person around you, the next person up, happy, do something to make them happy, because you never know what kind of mental state they are. If they're dealing with something stressful, or if they're dealing with some sort of anxiety, or, try to be somebody that helps the next person out and leaves a positive, impression on them, or helps out in a positive way. But yeah, guys, I think the Spurs are gonna win it all. I think this, and it's crazy to say that about somebody that's only 22 years old. Victor Wembanyama's got the demeanor of a grown man out there. He's got the maturity of a grown man. He's got a really good head on his shoulder. He's confident. I feel like he's a really good leader, and he also enlists that confidence into his teammates. He also makes his teammates confident. He also makes his teammates feel good about themselves, and he's also really positive with his teammates. One thing I have to say about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, not all the time did I like how Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant led the team. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant led the team with what I would best describe as maybe tough love, but really they were fucking assholes. They were dicks. And I like the way Victor Wembanyama approaches everyone on the team. He's really considerate about the way they're feeling and their emotions, you know, and how they feel about the moment and the situation they're in. And he always does it through like a lot of positivity. I don't ever see Victor Wembanyama yelling at his teammates or being negative or saying anything negative about them in the press. You know, a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, if they weren't happy with you, they'd call you out in the press and they'd make you feel like shit until you manned up and you played the game the right way. Victor Wembanyama, I see him as a more nurturing teammate, a more nurturing, he leads in a real positive way. And I like that about Victor Wembanyama too. I can't say, I don't want to sound like I'm glazing the guy, but I can't say how much I like this player. It's refreshing to have Victor Wembanyama in the NBA after dealing with 20 years of nonsense from LeBron James. I feel like in the 20 years that LeBron James has been around, he's killed the NBA ratings. He has said so many stupid, idiotic things. It just sounds like the man is constantly has got his foot in his mouth because he says so many stupid things in the media. And I feel like Victor Wembanyama, not only is his skill set refreshing and that he's gonna be the end to the GOAT debate, I just feel like his aura, his personality is a lot of people are gravitating to it, and I feel like it's very refreshing. I don't think we've seen anything like this in years. I don't think we've seen anyone put this much emotion and care into the game, this much emotion and love into the game, this much emotion and passion into the game. He's very passionate about the game. I mean, the guy was in tears like they just won the NBA Finals, and all they did was go. All they did was get to the NBA Finals, and he's already in tears about it. My only concern is that the Spurs have played a lot of tough teams in the West, and they've been facing a lot of tough competition, and the series went 7 games. I just wonder how much does Victor Wembanyama have left in the gas tank, and is he suffering from any sort of fatigue, mentally and physically? You know, we also got to remember that this game takes a mental toll on you. So mentally and physically, is he worn out? Does he have enough left in the gas tank mentally and physically to get through the New York Knicks, who are a very deep team with veteran players, tough veteran players who have been there, done that. They have a lot of experience, and that's the one thing that the Knicks have. They have 2 things on the Spurs right now. The Knicks have been resting, and they're very well rested, and the Knicks have tough veteran leadership on their team. Guys with experience, guys who know how to deal with the big spotlight, that know how to deal with this moment. Where on the Spurs, you have a lot of young, youthful players. This is their first time ever being underneath the spotlight like this, underneath the limelight. And it is a lot of pressure being in the NBA Finals and being under that spotlight and being in the limelight of New York City. Are they going to be able to perform with this much of a spotlight on them, with this much pressure on them? Are they going to be able to clutch up? And we'll see. Tonight's game 1, but I'll tell you this much. If the Knicks don't go into San Antonio and get one of these 2 games, I don't see the Knicks being able to pull it off. If the Spurs are able to defend home court advantage, if the Spurs are able to win the first 2 games, I think the Spurs have this series. Yo, thanks a lot, Real. I appreciate that, Real. Thanks for the sub, man, and thanks for the like. I appreciate you guys getting me to 12 likes. If we can get it to 15, fam, let's get it to 15 likes. Let's not stop at 12. Let's get it to 15 likes. And if you haven't subbed up yet, please sub up. I would really appreciate it. But that's how I feel about the whole Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs thing. I think that if they win game 1 tonight, it's the start of a dynasty, it's the start of his legacy. And it's gonna be hard for anyone to get in the way and interrupt what Victor Wembanyama has envisioned for his career, what Victor Wembanyama has envisioned for the Spurs, and that Victor Wembanyama envisions starting up a dynasty, you know, with this team. I think it's gonna be really hard for anyone to stop them. The Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna have to get really deep. You know, they're gonna have to create a really deep team if they're gonna want to get past the Spurs. And I don't know if you guys know this, but this year coming up after the summer, Chet and SGA will be half of Oklahoma City's payroll. So I don't know how Oklahoma City is gonna get better. I don't know how they're gonna improve the team and make them deeper, because half of their salary cap goes to just SGA and Chet. So I don't know how the Thunder are going to get any better, how the Thunder are going to get any deeper when they owe so much money to just those two players. It's going to be real difficult for them to improve the team, and it's going to be really difficult for them to make the team deeper. And just because of that alone, you know, I can't picture anybody in the West being able to challenge the Spurs. Wemby is a one-man team. When I say that Wemby's a one-man team, he's one person on his team that could affect the game not only on the offense but on the defensive end. Michael Jordan was a one-man team. Kobe Bryant in that second two-peat of his, when he won back-to-back championships without having a top 75 player by his side. There's only two players to ever win a championship without a top 75 Hall of Fame player by his side, and that's Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry. Those are the only two players that ever won a championship without having a top 75 Hall of Fame player by their side, and Kobe did it twice. He did it back to back. That's the kind of player Victor Wembanyama is. He is a one-man team. He is Michael Jordan. He is Kobe Bryant. He is Steph Curry all in one. He is that impactful on the floor that the whole other team is just focused on how do we stop that one player. If we can stop Michael Jordan, we could beat this Bulls team. If we stop Kobe Bryant, we could beat this Laker team. If we stop Steph Curry, we could beat this Warriors team. That's Victor Wembanyama. He is the whole team on both ends of the floor. The guy could come over there, hit a fucking three-pointer from the logo, and then block you on the other end. Guy's fucking amazing. When I say I haven't seen a player like this since Kareem, since Magic, since Michael, since Kobe, since Larry Bird, since Steph Curry, that's how I feel about Victor Wembanyama. I haven't seen anything this special since those guys. And I can't wait to see what is he going to do today. I really think I don't want to say they're going to sweep the New York Knicks, but the New York Knicks have not faced an opponent this tough in this playoff run this whole year. None of the teams that the New York Knicks beat in the playoff run was a legit team that had a chance to win the championship, was a legit threat to winning a championship title. The New York Knicks have not faced off a team this hard in the playoffs yet. And I know during the regular season, the New York Knicks are 1-1 versus the Spurs, but this ain't the regular season. This ain't regular season Victor Wembanyama. This ain't regular season Stephon Castle. This isn't regular season Dylan Harper. This isn't regular season Champagnie. Did you guys see how amazing Champagnie looked off the bench? I think Champagnie came off the bench, hit 6 3-pointers and scored 20 points off the motherfucking bench. This ain't the regular season San Antonio Spurs. They've all stepped it up. They all took it up to the next notch. They all took it up a level. Oh, Lucky, I only look at the chat when I'm at the light. And just to let you know, Lucky, I am the best damn driver in Orlando, and I've never been in an accident, not once in my life. But thank you for the concern. I really do appreciate it. Okay, guys, we are looking for the second order today. I just dropped off the first order. That was about maybe 8 minutes ago. We're back at the busy spot, at the busy location. So hopefully we get another ping pretty soon, and we could add to the money. So far today, I have made $47. And I'm trying to get to like maybe 60, 80 bucks for the night. I'll probably go buy me a 12-pack of beer before I go home. And then when I get home, it's time for me to sit down and enjoy the my New York Knickerbockers versus my new favorite team, the San Antonio Spurs. And guys, when I'm saying that I was ready to be the biggest SGA fan, I was ready to praise SGA and tell you guys that, hey, this guy's the next Michael, this guy's the next Kobe. Did you see his game 7 performance? This guy was clutch. But all of that work that SGA put into the game, it just got outshined by all the work Victor Wembanyama has put into the game. All the love, all the passion, all the blood, sweat, and tears, all the hard work that Victor Wembanyama's put into this game, all the effort and energy he's put into the game on the offense and defensive side of the game. And I always tell you, in the playoffs, the team that puts more effort, more energy on the defensive end, the team that takes the time out to be rough and tough and isn't scared to rough and toughen up the opponent, that's the team that wins the NBA Finals. The team that is willing to get ugly and not be your friend. Then that's the problem with LeBron James all these years. He always wanted to get out there and be the opponent's friend. He always wanted to befriend you, and then hopefully next year you team up with them. That's not Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama has that Mamba mentality. He's not out there to make friends with the opposing team. He wants to crush the opposing team. He wants to put his foot on your throat and crush it and kill you. He does not want to be your friend. He wants to end you. Depends on this game. His life depends on this moment. His life depends on getting that Larry O'Brien trophy that he wants, that he envisions himself having this year, at the end of this playoff run, at the end of this season. A man will not accept anything more. He wants to start building his legacy. He wants to build his team now. Everybody was saying, oh, the Spurs are going to be the team in 2 or 3 years now. No, Victor Wembanyama is ahead of schedule. He forced it. He's ahead of schedule by 2 or 3 years. Nobody expected Victor Wembanyama to be in the finals at the age of 22. He put himself there. He willed himself there. Guys, we got another order. It is for another $7.50. The order is 2 minutes away. We're going to be picking up from Popeyes. It's most likely going to be another close delivery. And like I said, I'm trying to hit like 80 bucks today, and then I'll be good. The only thing I want to get from my team today, there are those premium packs from my team. And guys, I'm going to talk a little bit of my team in a little bit. It's just that I'm that excited about the NBA playoffs. I haven't been this excited. I feel like a kid again. That I'm about to watch the New York Knicks versus the Bulls. That I'm about to watch the New York Knicks versus the Houston Rockets or something. Or I'm about to watch the New York Knicks versus the Pacers. You know, like my Patrick Ewing and my John Starks is about to get on the court. Or like I'm about to see Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, and Latrell Sprewell step onto the court versus the Spurs. That's not the case. You know, as much as I love these Knicks, they're not my New York Knicks. They're not the Knicks I necessarily grew up on. I still want to see them put up a good fight and win it, but I'm rooting for the Spurs and I'm rooting for Wemby. That's how much I love Wemby. That's how highly impressed I am with his skill set. Oh, you're right about that. Let me tell you, if Halliburton hadn't got injured last year, maybe we would be talking about the Indiana Pacers versus the San Antonio Spurs. Um, that I do want to take a second to say that last year Halliburton didn't impress me in college. He didn't impress me as a rookie in the beginning of the year. I didn't think he was anything special. I thought he had a lanky type of body, undeveloped, no muscle tone. He's a good shooter, but after that series, Halliburton showed me he was tough. He could go to the rim. He could take it to the rim with the best of them. He could finish with the best of them. He doesn't mind getting contact. He doesn't mind hitting the floor. He doesn't mind taking a bump. He was relentless taking it to the rim, and he's a good shooter. I think Halliburton is tough, and I think he's got the makeup, the DNA, the genetics of becoming a good superstar in the future. He just needs to get over the whole injury thing, and it always takes a good 1.5 to 2 years to fully recover from a torn Achilles tendons. It always takes at least a 1.5 to recover from that injury. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I gotta pick up this order. Okay, I am back, guys. I just heard something a little bit scary and concerning, that the New York Knicks 11, I think they said it was 11 games that they've won throughout this playoff run, has been the most dominating 11 games of a playoff run in not only in New York Knicks history, but in NBA playoff history, period. It is the most dominant 11 game playoff run in NBA history. They have broken every single record of playoff basketball in the last 11 games. It is the most dominant run of NBA basketball. That's pretty scary. Another thing I just heard was that whenever you have an NBA Finals where the team, like the New York Knicks, came off of a sweep and then was well rested, versus the team that just came off of a 7-game series and wasn't well rested, the team that swept
northeast, then turn left.
That swept to get into the NBA Finals and was well rested.
East Colonial Drive.
Hold on, guys.
Left U-turn.
The team that has got to the NBA Finals by sweeping the team in the previous round before has won 20 out of 24 times. Meaning that the team that swept and is well rested wins 20 out of 24 times than the team that went against a 7-game series to get into the finals. So that is not good for Wemby and the Spurs. That is pretty bad. And I did not know that the New York Knicks had the most dominating 11-game playoff run in NBA history ever. That says a lot about the Knicks. So this is going to be a very interesting series, to say the very least. And it's going to be a really good competitive series. And I can't wait for the game to start. I'm probably going to grab like a 12-pack of beer. I can't wait to go home. I'm going to crack my fucking beers open and just enjoy the game. But this is really a game that I want to see. And I feel like the San Antonio Spurs need a win game 1. If the San Antonio Spurs let game 1 slip and the New York Knicks win, I want to say that maybe the Knicks are going to win the series then. But I'm rooting for it. I got my faith in Wembyama and the Spurs. They got the better player. They got the superstar player, the Hall of Fame player on their team. I'm going to put my money on the Spurs. But it looks like everyone on ESPN and Fox Sports, it kind of looks like they have the New York Knicks as the favorite. And I really wonder if the Knicks are going to be able to pull this off. Either way, it's a W for me. If the New York Knicks win, heck, I've been a New York Knicks fan since I was a kid. I'm from New York. I grew up in New York. Half my life was spent in New York. If the New York Knicks win, it's a W. If the Spurs win, Victor Wembanyama is my new favorite player that I'll probably be watching and following for the next 10, 15 years of my life. If he wins, it's a great way to start, his legacy. It's a great way to start up this new dynasty that he's trying to build. And it's going to be a great, as a fan, I'm going to have some great basketball ahead of me to watch for the next 10, 15 years. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen after today. It should make for a really epic, and it's going to make for an epic game. I think this is going to be one of the best NBA Finals that we've seen in a while. Like, I can't remember the last time I was this excited, this hyped up about an NBA Finals. And I know the ratings for the NBA Finals have been down the last, 10, 15 years. The LeBron James era did not provide good ratings for NBA basketball and NBA fans. So hopefully this is the beginning of basketball getting back to what I call its glory days, back to when the ratings were really good. The ratings were really good under Michael Jordan, under Kobe Bryant. So, we need the ratings. We need a superstar like Victor Wembanyama that can carry the NBA and carry the league back to prominence. Because I'm tired of people always saying, oh, well, the ratings for the NBA is down. Oh, the NBA doesn't ever compare to the NFL. That's right. That's 100% true. The NBA ratings do not compare to the NFL ratings by far. And we need a superstar that's going to carry us back to those high numbers like Michael Jordan did. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to, get home and watch the game. I really can't. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay out here today, but I don't know what time the game starts. I think it starts at either 7:30 or 8:30. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I'm beyond excited, and I hope it's just a really good game. And when I say good game, I don't even want it to be a close game. I want the Spurs to come in there, take care of business, handle business soon as the ball goes up. Take care of business, handle the business, put the Knicks away, and get Victor Wembanyama some rest. Get Wemby on the bench and get him rested for game 2. So I think that the Spurs have to really come out and throw that first big punch. The Spurs have to come out and throw that first blow and make sure they knock the Knicks out right out the gate. You know, because if you don't handle your business as soon as, you know, right out the gate, and you let the Knicks stay in that game and make it a close game, they're not going to fear Wemby the way they should. They're going to have a little bit of, that's going to give them some confidence that, hey, we can hang with this alien. We can hang with this superstar and this team. So, you know, you want to get out there. You want to crush the Knicks right out the gate. You know, you want to make sure the Knicks you want to make sure you remind the Knicks and they don't forget that they've been losers for 40 years. That's what you want to do. And that all this is going to be another NBA playoff finals run where you lose again in this series. If not, if you let the Knicks come out there and win game 1 and they start feeling confident and they start thinking, hey, we've had the best 11-game NBA playoff run in NBA history. We can not only hang with this team, we can beat them. That's what's going to happen. So the Spurs have to come out there and they have to crush the Knicks without the gate. Guys, I'll be back. I just got to drop off this order. Free Diddy. Fuck that shit, gamer. Free Diddy. Lock that nigga up for life. The shit he did to little kids is disgusting. That's too funny. The customer that I just dropped off the food to, he ordered a huge order from Popeyes, and he said he was getting ready for the game. So there are a lot of people getting ready for this game, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, guys, I am gonna talk some MYTEAM because we've been talking basketball now for like the last hour and a half, and I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about Victor Wembanyama and how impressed I am of not only his skill set. Like I said, guys, I don't give a fuck what it says on paper about your stats or how many records you've broken or how you padded your stats for 20 years. Yes, I'm talking about King James. I care about what my eye test tells me. I care about, you know, if you pass my eye test. If I see you have a exciting player, if I see you got skill set, if I see you have great leadership skills, all of that stuff, you know, and mainly the skill set. I leave that up to the eye test to determine if you impress me or not, or what I think of you. I can care less what your numbers say, what it says on paper, what kind of stats you've been padding or records you've broken. If you don't pass my eye test, you know, You know, I don't need paper and stats and numbers to tell me that Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and Steph Curry are the 3 best shooters of all time, and Klay Thompson. I don't need that. All I need is my eye test, and I can tell you that. So I always say when you're looking for like your new favorite player to root for, your new favorite team, or don't go by what like other people say. Go by what your heart tells you. Go by your eye test. What it tells you. And normally you're gonna find yourself liking and rooting for the right type of player. That guy looked like he was high as fuck. But I'm going to talk about some of my team for a little bit, because we have been discussing basketball now for like an hour and a half. And I know there's been some stuff in my team that needs to be talked about. I know they dropped some new premium packs today, like a chain pack where like you can get like a sellable pink diamond, and it's an option pack with like some of the best pink diamonds. Then there's a Galaxy Opal and a Dark Matter pack that has like some of the best Dark Matters in it, even though they did not put Dark Matter Wemby in the pack from what I hear. And I hear that they gave you some pretty good option packs and they're all sellable. I am definitely gonna buy that chain pack today, because I think I can farm some MT off of it. So I do think it's a good way to farm some MT, and I would say they're worth buying. I would say you're definitely gonna get your money's worth, especially if you don't have a good team yet and you're still like new to the game and you're still trying to build a team. I would say that's a pretty decent way to build your team, whether you want to keep the players that you get from the packs or you want to sell them. Like I know in the Pink Diamond pack, you can get Pink Diamond KD, you can get Pink Diamond King James in it. I know in the Galaxy Opal pack, they have Luka's in it. So you can get a lot of good cards. You can get some cards that could possibly make your team. But most importantly, you can get some cards that you can farm some MT off of. And that's why I'm going to rip them today when I get home, just to try to see if I can farm a little bit more MT. I do have currently, I'm at 14 million MT, and I do have sellable Magic Johnson. I have the 100 Magic. I have Invincible Ray Allen, Invincible Anthony Davis, and I have Invincible Akeem Olajuwon. So once I sell those 4 players, I'll most likely have about 17 million MT. But right now I'm currently sitting on 14 million MT, and I want to see if I can, before the season ends and before I sell any of my players, I want to see if I can farm my way back to 15 million MT, and then sell Ray Allen, AD, and Akeem Olajuwon, and then I should be at like 17, 18 mil after that. But besides that, I want to say that this event, guys, this new event. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put the phone back. I tell my girl, hey, buy something that holds the phone. Buy a phone mount. And she went and found like the cheapest fucking phone mount. I'm talking about this phone mount can't even hold the smallest and lightest phone on it. Like I've got the smallest phone in my house on this fucking phone mount, and it doesn't even hold that up. And I always tell my girl, like, hey, instead of looking to buy cheap shit to fucking save your money on, buy the best you can find, so this way you don't have to buy that product more than once in your lifetime. Where if you buy the cheapest shit you can find, all that's gonna happen is that cheap shit is gonna fucking break down on you, it's gonna disappoint you, it's gonna make you unhappy, it's gonna piss you off, and you're gonna end up buying the same product over, spending more money to get a good one finally. So in life, whenever you gotta buy something, just go out there and buy the best that you can. Don't buy the cheap shit to save money, because eventually the cheap one is going to break down and you got to spend more money to get the same product again. So I always tell people, if you're going to buy a car or whatever it is you're buying, don't buy something cheap. Don't buy something shitty. Don't buy something used. Buy something good the first time, and this way it's going to last you a lifetime. Don't buy cheap products. It's just going to do nothing but frustrate you. And this phone mount that she bought is completely frustrating the shit out of me. It's a complete fucking piece of trash garbage that like doesn't even want to hold the phone up or steady, or like it's already like, I don't know, like the gears are stripped. It just doesn't do anything. Look at that undercover cop right there. You would have never been able to guess that it was a cop in that car. It's a Dodge Durango. And it's a fucking police officer in it. But besides that, I want to say, guys, that as far as my team goes, this has got to be like the 7th, maybe even 8th exchange event, you know, because that's all these things are. They're not festivals, because a festival is what they used to do back in the day with 2K. 2K used to do the Halloween festival, and then they would do the Thanksgiving festival, and the Christmas and the New Year's festival, and then the Easter festival. Those are festivals. Those are real festival events. If you drop an event every fucking week or every 2 weeks, it's really not a festival event. It's just another event. It's just another exchange event. And the reason why we have events dropping every 2 weeks now is because that hikes up, it hikes up the cost of the game. It hikes up the cost to play this game, because it allows 2K to hide all the really good cards behind a paywall that they now gave a pretty name to it, and they call it the Festival Exchange Event. But that's all it is that they took the good cards like Magic Johnson, Penny Hardaway, T-Mac, and they put them as a special insert into the exchange event, and they hid the really good cards behind a massive paywall. So now if you want to play with GOAT Magic Johnson and end your year with GOAT Magic Johnson, or a 6'7" point guard like Penny Hardaway, or a 6'8" point guard like T-Mac, now if you want to get those really good cards, those elite cards, 2K tells you, well, we need you to cough up $1,000. We need you to cough up about $1,500 for you to acquire and attain those players. And that's all the festivals have become. There's nothing festive about them. They're just money hungry, money grabs, and it's just 2K being fucking greedy and stingy, and not giving anything for free to the no money spent community, or even giving us something that's within a reasonable price. Like, let's say they wanted to do a special insert into the exchange events like Magic, Penny, and T-Mac. If those players only costed maybe $200 to $400 to acquire, I would say, hey, I'm going to go get me Magic Johnson, and I'm going to have fun with this game, and I'm going to end the game. I'm going to end the cycle of this game the way I want it, with the players I want to end it with and play with. But to get Magic Johnson is not $200 to $300. It's not $400. It's $1,500 to get Magic Johnson out of the exchange event. It's $1,500 to get Penny Hardaway or T-Mac. And I feel that is beyond ridiculous. It is just completely disappointing and disgusting to see that kind of greed from a company and a game that I play all the time. And I find it completely unacceptable. And you won't catch me spending $1,500 to get a digital card that you can only use for about a year and a half before they shut down the servers on you. I can understand if 2K was a game where they just let the servers up every year, and if you don't want to move beyond 2K24 and you just want to play 2K24 for the rest of your life, you can go ahead and play that game because you invested $3,000 into that basketball game, and now that's the only basketball game you ever want to play. But instead, you can invest $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 into 2K, into getting the cards you want, and you only get 2 years with those cards. And then they shut down the servers, and it's time for you to move on to the next 2K, and it's time for you to start all over again. And it's time for you to spend money to acquire amethyst and diamonds and pink diamonds and galaxy opal cards and dark matter cards that don't play till the end of the cycle. And I'm just not down with that anymore. And this year, the game has been more costly than I've ever seen it in my life. 2K MYTEAM has never been this costly to play in previous years. And not only is it costly, but you can spend a lot of money on this game and still not get the cards you want. You can spend a lot of money on this game and still not be able to build the team that you want to build. And I think this game has become a huge disappointment. I don't race home to play the game as much as I used to. I don't look forward to it as much as it used to, and it's not as fun as much as it used to, because when you're playing with a team and with cards that you're not necessarily crazy about, and you're not completely 100% in love with your squad, you're not gonna have that much fun if you're not playing and running with the players that you want to play with. You're not having that much fun if your favorite player of all time is LeBron James and you can't even get him on the team because GOAT LeBron James is 5 million MT and you've only got 2. So that does kill a lot of the fun in the game, and it does make the whole overall experience not as fun when it becomes such a financial burden and stress, you know, that you gotta pull your hair out and rack your brain over it and be like, hey, how do I stack up more MT to finally get the favorite player that I want to play with? How do I stack up enough MT to get King James, to get Victor Wembanyama? So I think that part of the game really does suck, and it really does hurt the game, and it makes me not want to rush home. I don't look forward to playing the game as much as I used to, and even when I'm winning, I'm still not having as much fun as I should be having, especially if I don't have the, you know, the players that I want on my team. With all that said, I still love the game mechanics, the gameplay. I love the green on miss shooting. I love that it's got a green window. It's not a pure green window like 2K24 was, but it is a green on miss green window that you have to hit. And as long as you can hit the green window, you could always make your shots. I do love that aspect of the game. Offensively, the game is great and it's in a great spot. Defensively, the game is really awful this year. There's no contest system. Sometimes you could feel like you're lunging into a player as they're about to shoot the 3-ball, that you contested the shot and it was well defended, and then they'll tell you the feedback will be coverage wide open. And you're like, how? I've got my player lunging towards him, borderline foul, almost about to foul him, and the feedback is coverage open. So the contest system needs to be fixed. The passing lanes need to be fixed. They need to get rid of all the body bumps. I could understand if a person is swiping at the ball at the right time to get a steal, but the fact that we have people just constantly lunging to the left, lunging to the right, hoping that you're going to bump into a steal, hoping that you're going to bump into a body bump and they're going to get a steal like that, that's real cheesy. That's not how basketball is played in real life. That's not how it looks like when you watch a basketball game. And I think it's real stupid that we have a basketball game where the players can't dribble into the paint. They can't dribble into the paint for a layup or a dunk, because if they try to dribble into the paint for a dunk or a layup, apparently 2K thinks that basketball players are not capable of dribbling the ball in traffic and holding onto the ball to finish a dunk or a layup. Because the second you dribble the ball into the paint, it either gets stolen because somebody's lunging to the left and right hoping you bump into the steal, or you bump into somebody and they get a body bump steal, which is even more cheesier, more ridiculous, and more frustrating and more annoying. So they have to fix that whole like passing lanes, and they have to tone it down on the steals. You should only be able to get a steal if you're swiping for the ball at the right time, at the right place, not in the middle of a congested paint, in the middle of the lane. And it shouldn't also be, you know, as a person is trying to dribble, you know, into the paint for a dunk or a layup, that you could just easily get a steal or a body bump. It's most of the time it's a body bump, which is the really annoying, frustrating thing, that you have a professional NBA basketball player who's driving into the paint, into the lane for a dunk or a layup, and they're too stupid to avoid bumping into the opposing defense. I've never seen in an NBA game that somebody's driving into the paint, you know, into the lane, into the paint for a dunk or a layup, and they bump into the opposing defense. I've never seen that happen to somebody driving into the lane. I've never seen them accidentally bump into the defense. But in 2K26, my team, you try to drive into that lane, you try to drive into that paint for a dunk or a layup, before you even get to the dunk or the layup, they're fucking stealing the ball with just a body bump because the other player was too stupid to avoid bumping into the defense. That's ridiculous. And it makes the game annoying and frustrating. And they also need to get rid of all the algorithm shit, all the RNG stuff. Like, and this is the few examples I'm gonna give. My team is the only basketball mode where you block the opponent, you block Yeah, I'm in Florida, Christopher. I'm in Orlando, Florida. I'll be back, guys. I just gotta pick up this order. It'll take me 2 minutes. Are you in Florida by any chance? I'll be back. Okay, guys, it looks like this is like an $11 order, but it is a two-part order. So I got part number 1 to this order, and I have to go get part number 2. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got the second part to this order, and the game is an hour away. We are an hour away from the NBA playoffs starting, the NBA finals. Let me just start this order up. Okay, it looks like the first order is 3 minutes away. Okay, so the first part is just 3 minutes away. That's not too bad. All right, let's get on our way. Another thing I want to work on is that my ratings have been doing really good. I've been real consistent out here. I think I have like a 90% acceptance rating and a 90% on time rating, and but I'm only like at a 65% overall, and I need to get that to 70 so I can be like in a higher tier and get better and more orders. And I just need to get my rating up a little bit. I'm doing really good. It's just that I want to keep it up, and I want to get the rating up a little bit more, because the higher your rating is with this DoorDash, trash, the more orders they send you, and they send you the better orders, the higher paying orders. So instead of getting like a delivery for like $3 to $5, you get the ones that are $15 to $20, and I need to get more of those. But it is a beautiful sunny day out here in Orlando. It is 7:30. The sun is still up. It's, for the most parts, the clouds are the skies are pretty clear. And I want to say it's about 80 something degrees. So it's another beautiful sunny day in Orlando. And we are heading to the first location, the first destination, and it's only 2 minutes away. Which is weird. You would figure if they only live like 3 minutes away, you would just go and pick up your own order. But that's how lazy people have gotten, that like, even if the order is like 3 minutes away, they'd rather have DoorDash or Uber Eats drop it off and pay a whole bunch of extra money just to have that order delivered. If this was my order and I was only 3 minutes away and I wanted Taco Bell that badly, I would just drive to Taco Bell. But good thing I don't eat Taco Bell. I got my beautiful Puerto Rican wife, and she makes me Taco Bell at home. If I want some real tacos, some authentic good shit, she just makes it homemade. So I'm so glad and I'm so lucky that I don't have, and so fortunate that I don't have to eat out like so much fast food and shit. I can't remember the last time I had any fast food. Like, I don't eat any more McDonald's. I don't eat any more Wendy's. I used to eat a bunch of Wendy's, but I don't even mess with Wendy's anymore. If I'm gonna eat like at a burger place, I go to Five Guys, or I go to Steak and Shake or Shake Shack, or something like that. I try to go. Five Guys is really good. I try to go to like a high-end, like hamburger place. And if I'm gonna get chicken, I'll go to like Dave's Hot Chicken or Raising Cane's. Something with like good quality food. You're not gonna catch me eating KFC. Like, I don't even know if that's real food anymore. Like, the only time you're gonna catch me eating fast food is if like I'm absolutely desperate and I'm starving, and there's no one to cook for me, or I don't feel like cooking anything myself. Okay, here's the apartment. And guys, I'll be back in a second. I just gotta drop off the first part of this order. All right, guys, on to the second part of this delivery. It says it's 9 minutes away, but that's probably why this one paid so much, because it was a two-part to it. So we'll be there in like 9 minutes, 1 hour. I don't want to hear anyone talking about it. I don't want to see anyone mentioning it in my chat. I'm gonna just try to like avoid as many spoilers as I can, and I just want to get home after work and sit down, crack open a couple of beers, and maybe smoke a joint and watch the game. When I say I'm excited and hyped up, I haven't been this excited and hyped up about a basketball series since like, oh my god, I'm trying to think, when was the last time I was truly this excited about a finals? It's been a while, maybe since Kobe and the Lakers. Oh, I was pretty excited about the Warriors little championship run, you know, their little dynasty that they had going. I was really excited about that. I have to admit that Steph, I know we've all gotten like a little used to seeing Steph Curry, you know, do what he does. But when Steph Curry first appeared on the scene, you know, especially out of college, he wasn't a big deal. No one predicted that Steph Curry was going to become Chef Curry. No one could have seen that coming. He wasn't Chef Curry when he first came out of college. He had to, you know, become that. He had to develop into that. And when he did develop into that, and Klay Thompson, and they became the Splash Brothers, I want to say that was pretty amazing, pretty phenomenal basketball. They did change the way we look at basketball, the way we play basketball. Steph Curry revolutionized basketball on a global scale, from the way he's played on the streets to grammar school to fucking high school and college. He changed the way we play basketball. Like, now, he revolutionized the sport. So I'm never going to leave Steph Curry out of the conversation. I always think that Steph Curry is very... his impact on the game of basketball was revolutionary, and the fact that he's the one and only unanimous MVP ever, I just think that's Chef Curry. Nothing like him. We'll never see anything ever like him. He was a once in a generational type of talent, and I want to say that his era of basketball was more impactful than the King James era. He won more. He had better season records than LeBron. He had a better finals record. He had the unanimous MVP. I don't know. I think Chef Curry was very impactful on the game. And that was the last time I got excited about championships, was that. I do have to admit, it was pretty exciting when King James got the championship for the Cavaliers. That was pretty meaningful. That was very meaningful. And the time he beat the Warriors and came back from, I think they were down 3-1. That was also a very meaningful win. It was one of probably the most impressive NBA Finals wins of all time. It was probably one of the most impressive championships of all time. But let's not forget, let's put it into content. Draymond Green got suspended. Andrew Bogut got injured. And that's how he was able to make that comeback. Not because he beat a team, you know, that was all together. Like I said, Draymond got suspended and Andrew Bogut got injured. That wasn't the full team. So even though he did do something spectacular and never done before, you know, it still doesn't top what the Steph Curry and the Warriors did with, you know, his 4 championships. So I'm excited about today. That was the last time I got this excited, was the 4 championships by the Warriors, especially when they attained KD. When the Warriors were able to get Kevin Durant, they were already a team that won like 63 games or 73 games in a season and almost won the championship that same year. Once they got added Kevin Durant to that, he was like the cherry on top of a cherry. That's how good he was. That really did amaze me when they were able to acquire Kevin Durant, and it took their team to a whole new level. That Warriors team with KD is probably one of the best NBA teams of all time. If I had to rate my top 3 teams of all time, I don't know what order I would put them in, but I'm gonna go Bulls with Michael and Scottie, the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq, then the Lakers again with Magic and Kareem, and then the Warriors. I think those are the 4 best teams Oh, and then you got to put your Celtics in there, whichever one you want to pick. The Celtics has so many different, elite teams throughout the decades. You could throw a Celtics team at number 5, but those Warriors teams, those Golden State Warriors were something special. They were pretty historical. I got them as, like I said, like my third best team of all time. Up there with the Bulls and the Lakers and the Celtics and shit. But I wish they would have kept that team together. Anytime I think about that team, I'm like, man, they should have kept that team together. I always think they should have definitely, if they could have kept KD, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson together, I think that they would have got more championships. I think KD and the Warriors and Steph and the Warriors, they could have at least gotten 1 or 2 more championships if they would have kept that team together. But instead, KD wasted time trying to play with Kyrie Irving and James Harden for the New Jersey Nets, and then he moved on to the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, and that didn't work out. Instead of wasting all of that time, all of those years, all of those good years on teams that you knew weren't going to win a chip, he might as well have just stuck it out with the Warriors and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. And I think if they would have stood together like 5 more years or 3 more years together, they would have easily had gotten 2 more championships out of those 3 players. But instead, Kevin Durant went and wasted his time in New Jersey and didn't do anything meaningful there. He just played with his friends, hung out with James Harden and hung out with Kyrie Irving. But they didn't win a championship for Brooklyn. And then he went to the Suns. He did more nothing over there. But he really wasted his time and he wasted his prime on teams that he knew had no chance of winning a championship. That if he would have just stuck with the Warriors, they would have had like an extra championship or 2 by now. That would have been like a real dynasty. But guys, I'm gonna drop off this order. This is the second part to the order. It's a pretty nice area. It looks like they have a bunch of like, I don't know if these are condos or like townhomes, but it looks like a really nice area. So I'm gonna drop this off real quick and I'll be back. Hold on, guys. Why does that keep happening? Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because I do want to check MyTeam Mobile. I do check MyTeam Mobile, not to play like any games on it because I am at work and stuff, but I definitely want to check to see I put a bid for King James. I think I placed a bid for 3.8 million MT, and I wanted to see if I could win him at that 3. I know that's asking, that's like shooting for the stars and it's asking for a lot because he's going for like 4.1 or 4.2 currently, and at times he still goes for like 5 mil. So I'm just hoping that I get lucky and I could finally land a GOAT King James on the team. The only 2 players that I really care about having on the team that are like a must-have for me is GOAT King James and GOAT Michael Jordan. If the rest of the cards on my team are a bunch of invincibles, I really won't mind that. But I at least want to have GOAT Air Jordan and then GOAT LeBron on the team in the starting five. If the rest of the team is a bunch of invincible cards, like I don't mind that as long as they're players that I like an invincible Akeem, invincible Patrick Ewing or something, or invincible Magic Johnson. But I don't want to end my 2K year, my 2K experience, not having at least GOAT James and GOAT Air Jordan on the team. And then we got Michael Jordan on the team, but now I got to get this GOAT this GOAT King James for at least a reasonable amount. I don't want to spend too much MT on him, because if I spend too much MT on GOAT King James, that doesn't allow me to fill out the rest of the team. And I really want to fill out the rest of the team. But I'm going to check the auction house really quick and see if I won that bid. Oh my God, I'm still winning the bid. There's 3 hours and 55 minutes left in it. And I still have the max bid. And I'm still winning with the max bid. I wonder if I'm going to win this. Okay, I'm also going to check the price on the invincible cards real quick. Sorry if I go a little bit quiet. I'm just looking at the auction house and I'm trying to see if there's anything I can snipe for a really good cheap price, a really good deal. You can't believe, I don't know how many times I've checked the auction house while I was at work and I've sniped me a really good card, a card at a really good price. Just 2 weeks ago, I was at work, I was in my car, I decided to pull over, check the auction house, and I won KD for 3.5 million MT. And I got them for dirt cheap. And then when I sold them, I was able to flip them for 4 million MT. And I made some profit off of it. So you never know when you get lucky. You just got to check the auction house as frequently and as often as possible. Nah, there's not any really. The invincible cards are so overpriced right now, and so are the GOATs. They are really, really overpriced. The inflation that's going on, invincible T-Mac is still 2 million MT, and we got a GOAT T-Mac out that nobody cares about. But invincible T-Mac, everyone's willing to pay 2 mil for him. I can't pay that kind of MT for one player, and then I can't fill out the rest of my team. I can't build out the rest of my team. That's just asking for me too much for one player. Now, if it was a GOAT T-Mac, I wouldn't mind, but not for an invincible T-Mac. Those players are definitely going to be coming down in price by next season. Because by next season, you're going to have those guaranteed invincible packs that you can buy for $20. And you could build yourself the best looking invincible lineup ever then. But as of right now, I kind of take whatever free invincibles the game gives me and I run those on my squad. And I don't want to pay for, I really don't want to overpay for any invincible cards. And then once they lose value, once they go down in price, I can't recuperate and recover that MT unless I rip more packs. So don't ever overpay for a card. Like right now, if you pay 2 million MT for Chris Bosh, I can guarantee you in about 2 to 3 weeks, when the new season starts, his card is going to go down to below 1 million. So you don't have to overpay for a card right now. If you just wait 2 or 3 weeks, all of these invincible cards are going to be coming down in price. Just the way the 100s did. All of them came down in price. And I always tell people that 2K is they've got a certain routine that they like to follow. They're creatures of habit. And they run the same routine every single year. And every single card, every single year, it doesn't matter if they're 100s, it doesn't matter if they're invincibles or they're GOATs. They all eventually come crashing down in price and they all become affordable. If you're just willing to be patient and you're willing to save and stack up your MT and not spend it, as soon as you can. But yeah, the invincible market is way overpriced right now. I only buy cards from the invincible market that are 1 million MT or less. If the card isn't 1 million MT or less, I won't even look at it. Like Chris Bosh is too expensive for me. Joel Embiid is too expensive for me. Kawhi is too expensive. But I love cards like Draymond. Anthony Davis is only 1.5. He's amazing. AD is just as good as Invincible Chris Bosh, if not better. I also like Invincible Paulo. He's really affordable and attainable. I like his price on him a lot, especially for what he can do on the court. Kyrie Irving, I don't like Kyrie Irving. I like Devin Booker. He's kind of affordable at times. Maybe Jimmy. Whatever card is $1 million MT or less, as long as it's not Kyrie Irving, most of them are pretty worth it. Draymond is very good at below $1 million MT. But yeah, I'm trying to get GOAT King James. And if I can't get GOAT King James, I'm going to then try to decide, do I go after Paulo for $1 million MT, or do I go after GOAT KD for 3.5? And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but GOAT Kevin Durant's price has come down dramatically since he's came out. When he first came out, he was 7 mil. Then he fell to 6, 5, 4, and now he's at 3.5. I can't really put my finger on it, but there's got to be a reason why that KD card keeps dropping in price so dramatically and so rapidly. Like, I had him for 2 or 3 days. I can't say that he was trash, but I can't say he was the best GOAT card that I ever played with. It was my first time using a GOAT KD card in a while. I can't say he blew my mind away and that he really amazed me or wowed me. He was just a pretty good, decent, solid card. But he wasn't anything that amazed me too much. And maybe that's the thing, at the kind of price that you have to pay to get KD, he should like amaze you. And I think at 3.5 million MT, I think that's still asking too much for a GOAT KD. Especially for, to me, I was using GOAT KD primarily as a spot up jump shooter, a spot up 3-point shooter. And he should be, for 3.5 million MT, that player should be able to do a lot more than just spot up for 3-pointers. I can get that out of Invincible AD. I can get that out of Invincible Paulo, at half price, for far less than half the price. So maybe that's why a lot of people bought KD and then resold them, because maybe he wasn't as good as they thought he was going to be. I for sure am one of those people that thought GOAT KD was not as good as he should have been, and I didn't think he was necessarily worth his price in MT. Hold on, let me put my seatbelt on. I feel more comfortable paying like in the price range of, I want to say 2.5 to 3 million is what I would be comfortable spending on GOAT KD. At 3.5, which is what I paid for him just last week, I didn't feel comfortable at what he was giving me on the court. Like I said, I was able to get the same kind of production out of Anthony Davis, and I love that. Invincible Anthony Davis is the shit. I love it. I also think you can get the same kind of production out of Invincible Paulo for only 1 million MT, versus how much you have to spend on KD right now. You have to spend like 3.5. Oh, what up, Paradox? Yo, for sure, man. Go Spurs, Paradox. I want to say, earlier today, I was thinking that maybe it was going to be an easy road to victory, an easy road to the championship ring and trophy for the Spurs. But I've been watching a lot of ESPN today, and man, I'm not saying it doesn't look good for the Spurs, but historically and according to the stats and analytics, it doesn't look good for the Spurs. And I'm going to throw at you 2 important stats that I think could spell danger, could spell trouble for the Spurs. A, they haven't gotten any rest. The team does look tired, and the team has got to be worn out. And eventually, being tired is going to catch up to them. And earlier today, I think it was Brian Windhorst who said that when a team is coming off a 7-game series versus a team in the finals that came off of a sweep and is well rested, the team that came off of the sweep and is well rested won 20 out of the 24 finals that were in similar situations like that. So that doesn't look good. Also, this playoff run that the New York Knicks are on, this 11-game playoff run that the Knicks are on, is not only the best playoff run that the Knicks have ever been on, but is the best NBA playoff run ever in NBA history. And when they beat teams, they're scoring 123 points when they win. That's a lot to defend. The New York Knicks are really a deep team. They're a really physical team. They've got some really good, tough, rough veterans on their team. I don't know, Paradox, you know, like the Knicks could possibly steal this NBA championship away from the Spurs. The Knicks actually throw a wrench into the beginning, into the start of Wemby's legacy and the Spurs becoming a dynasty. Because if Victor Wembanyama could win this series right now, if Victor Wembanyama can get the taste for a championship right now, if he gets that champagne in his mouth, in his eyes, and he gets that taste for that championship ring, what it feels like to win, believe me, he's going to turn the Spurs into a dynasty. But the Knicks could really put a wrench in that. The Knicks could really put a stop and a halt to that, because they have a really good deep team, a really good physical team. They play defense. They're well coached. The Spurs are really young. You know, the team for them is their first time being in a finals. For them is their first time being in a situation like this and feeling that pressure. Where the Knicks have, you know, they have some veterans that have been around the block a couple of times. You know, they have some good leadership over there. They got Brunson, who deals with pressure really well. Brunson is like super clutch. He loves the pressure. He loves the stress. He welcomes the pressure. He really takes on that challenge, you know, really good. And the Spurs are a bunch of young bucks, and I don't know if they can handle the pressure, the stress of playing under that spotlight in New York City after they just came off of a grueling 7-game series against the Oklahoma City, you know, against the Thunder, the champions. That's a lot to ask for, you know, from 22-year-old Victor Wembanyama. After you just got through a series like that against the champions, you know, we're now asking him, hey, beat the New York Knicks, you know, pretty much by yourself. You know, just last year, Stefan Castle was a rookie. So, I think the Spurs are the better team. On paper especially, and on the court. My eye test tells me the Spurs are the better team. They're more talented because they have the one true superstar. And he's not just a regular superstar. He's a phenom. But he's, you know, I understand people want to say he's an alien, but he's only human. And eventually being so tired and worn out, I think would catch up to anyone. And the Spurs have been through a grueling 7-game series. And they've been through a lot in this playoff run. While the Knicks have been sweeping everyone, or, you know, only going 4 or 5 games or something, the Knicks are very well rested. And history shows the well-rested team wins 20 out of 24 times thus far. When you're coming off a sweep and the other team is coming off of a 7-game series and you meet up in the finals, the well-rested team wins 20 out of the 24 times. Oh, you're right about that, Gigi. No. They got championship pedigree. That team is deep. That team is good. It's young. You know, we just never seen anything like this before. We never seen a player like a Victor Wembanyama. We never seen a young team rise up so quickly. Can they go the distance? Can they go all the way and complete a storybook ending? Because for you to say that Victor Wembanyama is in his 3rd year, Champagnie was a player that got cut by, like, was it the Knicks? I can't remember who cut Champagnie, but he's from Brooklyn or some shit like that. The fact that all of these pieces came together, you know, Castle was Rookie of the Year. All these pieces came together and connected and gelled so quickly. and then ascended so quickly. We've never seen anything like it, and I don't know if they're able or they have enough gas left in the tank to pull it all off, is what I'm saying. Do they have enough gas in the tank to pull it all off at the end? I hope they do. I'm from New York. I love my New York Knicks, but I see something so special in Wemby that he's such generational talent that I'm rooting for Victor Wembanyama. That's who I'm going for, guys. I'm going for Wemby. And I don't know how anyone can't be rooting for Wemby. He is that much of a phenom. I think if you're not rooting for Victor Wembanyama right out the gate from the beginning of his career, for the next 7 years, you're not going to be enjoying NBA basketball if you're rooting against him. That's all I got to say. And to me, I love rooting for special talent. I love rooting for special talent like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Shaq, Kobe, Steph Curry. When you see that kind of special, unique, generational talent, you know, don't waste your time rooting against it. You might as well jump on board and jump on that bandwagon and enjoy the run. And enjoy the experience. Because Victor Wembanyama, any team that wants to win a championship in the next 10 years is going to have to go through the Spurs. That's how dominant he's going to be through his skill and his size. You've never seen a player that can shoot like Steph Curry, do a step back three like James Harden, take it to the rim like Michael and Kobe, and then finish with a windmill dunk like he's Dominique Wilkins or T-Mac. You've never seen anything like that. And not only that, but he's tough as nails. He had a concussion during this playoff run. And so much fouling has been done on Victor Wembanyama that hasn't even been called during his playoff run. And he's fought through all of that shit. He stood real tough. He stood real strong. He stood up for himself, and he fought through it. And to me, he's looking amazing out there. He even outshined SGA. And I love me some SGA. I love me some SGA the way I love Michael and Kobe. SGA is that special. But as special as SGA is, he got outshined by Wemby. So I can't wait for the game. The game starts in 30 minutes. The game starts. And I'm suspecting it's going to get really busy out here for orders. I'm going to try to make some money while the game is on. I'm trying to avoid all the spoilers. But I can't wait to go home, take a few shots, crack open a beer, smoke a few joints, and enjoy the game. And I'm trying to snipe me a GOAT King James out of the auction house. But it looks like a lot of people are rooting for the Spurs, which is so weird because in previous years, a lot of people used to root for the New York Knicks back in the day. And I can't find anyone that's rooting for the Knicks. Like I said, I'm a New York Knick. I was born and raised in New York City. I grew up in Manhattan. I was born in Manhattan. I'm kind of rooting for the New York Knicks. My heart is always going to be with the New York Knickerbockers. But Victor Wembanyama is so captivating, so, intriguing. And I really see some unique generational talent there. Like I said, I think he's going to be the one that brings an end to the GOAT debate. One day, the only two names that people are going to mention in the GOAT debate is going to be Air Jordan and Victor Wembanyama. And I love me Kobe Bryant. I love me some Kobe. He's the closest thing to Michael Jordan we'll ever see. He's the only person that even came close to following the greatness of the Michael Air Jordan blueprint. He is a carbon copy of Michael Air Jordan. But when when I feel like when Wemby's career is all said and done, everybody else will just be fighting for second place. And Kobe will be mentioned as like the second best player of all time, or the second best shooting guard of all time. But the days of mentioning, LeBron James or Kobe in the GOAT conversation, those days may be over soon. especially if Wemby wins this first championship at the age of 22. Once he wins one championship, believe me, he's gonna come back and form a dynasty. He's gonna form damn Voltron out there. Yo, what up, Angel? Good evening, Angel. And guys, if you guys don't know, konnichiwa is hello in Japanese, so konnichiwa. And also, como talebu is hello in French. It's hello, how are you? So I just felt like throwing that out there. Just in case we have anybody in the chat that's from like France or, you know, from Japan. The other day I had some people in here and they were from Hong Kong. The guy dropped a $78 donation on me. He did it twice. His name was Kim Lee. And he dropped me 2 donations of $78 each. It fucking made my whole... I cannot even explain how much that helped me out. That's how huge those 2 donations were. Oh, it was. Oh, and also in Italian, it's ciao. And in Spanish is hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm pretty. I understand a lot of. I understand everything in Italian and Spanish, and I understand a little bit of France. A little bit of parlez-vous poquito français. And that's it. That's it. My mother, though, she could speak Italian, Spanish, French, and English. She's like, she could speak 4 languages, my mom's. And a little bit of that rubbed off on me. She taught me a little bit here and there. But yeah, guys, I just got done dropping off that order. Hopefully we get another order pretty soon. I'm going to take a second to check my ratings to see if I've been on time today with everything. And check how everything is looking on my account. Because that's one thing I've been trying to do is make sure that I'm consistent with not only accepting the orders, but making sure that I drop them off on time and that I'm consistent with, like, you know, my drop off time, with my delivery time. So let me see if everything's on the up and up. Okay, everything does look really good. I'm at 90% acceptance rating, 98% completion rating, 87% on-time rating. I'm trying to get my on-time rating back to 90, but I'm trying to deliver, plus, you know, talk to the chat and stream at the same time. Does get a little bit, you know, it's a little bit much. It's a handful. But it looks like today, every single order has been on time, and I've been on time for every single order for like the last 3 days now. So we've been out here killing it. We've been out here kicking ass, talking about NBA basketball, talking about NBA2K26, my team, my favorite game ever, that I absolutely love. I just find bits of it kind of frustrating. Its showdown has really been frustrating me. I think if I was just to play Park and Team Up, I wouldn't be this frustrated with the game, to be honest. It's just that Showdown and King of the Court especially are the 2 sweatiest modes with the 2 most tryhards in it. And sometimes those 2 game modes, I find them completely like annoying and frustrating and like a lot to deal with, very stressful. Alright guys, I turned in here really quick because there was a police officer right behind me, and I was like, okay, I still have like a whole joint left over. I was like, time for me to get off the fucking road. And pull the good old switcheroo. Yeah, I gotta get back onto the road, but I'm gonna finish this little roach off first. I think it's since it's the beginning of the month, you know, the cops are out there trying to meet their quota. Gets pretty annoying dealing with them. Guys, I think we're almost at 20 likes. If you guys can get me to 20 likes, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subbed up, please sub up. I would really appreciate it. But how's everyone doing today? Is everyone having a good, what is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. I'm having a pretty decent one. I'm looking forward to the NBA finals that start in about 20 minutes. And besides that, I'm excited to go home and play some 2K26 my team, because I just got Invincible Anthony Davis onto the squad. And ever since I got him on the team, I've been unstoppable and I haven't been losing at all. And I'm also trying to get GOAT King James for the team. And right now I'm going to take the time out to check 2K Mobile and see if I won that bid. And that's the one thing I like using 2K26 Mobile for, is just to check the auction house. You never know if you check it at the right time and you run into a good snipe. So I'm just going to check it out real quick. That's what I love about my job, is that while I'm at work, I can still smoke weed and still check on my video games and still make money all at the same time. Okay, let's check the auction house. I put a bid of 4 million MT on King James, so let's see if I won that. So far, it looks like I'm still the highest bidder. Also, I had some stuff in the auction house and sold, so I made some MT while I was at work. I always say stacking up MT is just as important as stacking up some real funds. Okay, so my auction has 3 hours and 28 minutes left on it. The auction is at 700,000 so far, and I still have the max bid at 4.1 million MT. I really hope I can get me this GOAT King James for the team. The 4 cards that I want every single year on my team that are most important for me to have is GOAT Air Jordan, GOAT King James, GOAT Victor Wembanyama, and GOAT Yao Ming. If I can't get GOAT Yao Ming, then I want GOAT Victor Wembanyama and GOAT Porzingis together. But those are the 4 cards that are like must-haves for me every year. That's how I like to end the game. That's how I like to end my year on my team. It looks like Larry Bird's prices come down, and also Kevin Durant's prices come down. For some reason, a lot of people aren't digging KD, because he went from 7 mil to like now you can get KD for 3.5, and Larry Bird is still at like 4 mil. It always costs us like 4 mil to get him. There's one ending in 12 minutes and it's only at 3.4. I'm kind of surprised. Dirk Nowitzki is still 5 million MT plus. Cooper Flag is still like 6 to 7 million. 6, 7. And LeBron James. Oh my God, I want this card so badly. There's one ending in 2 hours. Well, I'm just gonna keep my eyes on it. That's all I can do. And if I don't know, if Larry Bird and Kevin Durant keep falling down in price, I may consider getting them once I find out what's coming out on Thursday. When the Thursday leaks drop, if I find out there's nothing better than GOAT Larry Bird and GOAT KD, I might look into getting either one of the two or both of them for the team. But I gotta find out, you know, if there's anything better coming out this Friday. All right, back to work, guys. I'm glad that I was able to check the auction house at least. I want to check it again in about 2 hours. All right. I'm going to finish off this roach, and then I'm just down to one joint in the car. So I'm not riding too dirty. There were these two punk rock chicks to the right of me, but they were built like fucking tanks. One of them looked like a dude. Now, if they were some cuties, I would have been like, hey, you need some help with that stuff? But they were not cuties. They were built like tanks. They looked like grenades, granados. They were definitely some granados. And one of them, I couldn't tell if it was a boy or a girl. She looked very boyish. Either that, or he was really fat and had like man tits. I couldn't tell. But it is 8:15, guys, and that's one thing I love about Orlando, Florida, is that the sun stays up during the summer until like 8:30, 8:45. We have like these really long days during the summer, and the sun is usually up until like 8:45. And people don't bring their kids to the park till like 6 o'clock, 6:30, until like the sun goes down and it becomes like the evening time and cools down a bit. But for the most part, you know, you have a lot of time during the day to get shit done because it stays daytime until 8:45. It's pretty amazing. I feel like in New York, I remember as a kid, by 6:30 it was dark. You know, 6:30, 7:30 it was dark. Where over here in Orlando, it's practically like 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. and the sun is still up, which I don't get. You know, I don't get how like the sun and the moon could both be up in the sky, you know, throughout the day. Because sometimes I'll look up at the sky and the moon is up there like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, how is the moon already up in the sky? Kind of throws me off at times. But I'm just out here trying to find another ping, and I'm easily gonna be out here for like 2 more hours, and then I'm gonna head home. Oh my god, check out the honey. Oh my god, I know you guys saw the bubble butt. She had that onion ass. She had that onion booty. That girl was gorgeous. The romp was gorgeous. But we're in the UCF area, so I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, UCF students, a lot of college students kind of walking around and stuff. It looks like everyone's heading to the bar to watch the game. So hopefully there should be a lot of orders soon, because people definitely want to eat while they watch the game. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are going to be ordering food during the NBA Finals. But after that, I'm ready to go home and watch the actual game. And then play some MYTEAM later on tonight. I have not had a chance to play much MYTEAM because I have my boy who is home from school for summer break, and oh my god, he is a little night owl, and he will stay up with me until fucking 2, 3 in the morning if I let him. Heck, the other day I fell asleep, and when I woke up, he was still up, and it was 4 a.m. I was like, get your ass to bed. Get your butt to bed, boy. He is like a little night owl, and but then once he's asleep, he's like a little grizzly bear that doesn't want to wake up. He's like in hibernation mode. So I gotta get him back on his old schedule. But this is beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. And like I said, it's 8:15 over here and it's still sunny and the sun is still, well, not that the sun is up, but it's still daytime. And it'll stay like that till like 8:45, practically 9 o'clock at night. And I love the city. It looks absolutely beautiful. There's palm trees everywhere. It's a really well kept up, really clean city. It's like the complete opposite of New York City. It's actually livable. But I have to admit, nowadays the cost of living in Orlando has gone up significantly. So it is getting pretty expensive to live in Orlando now. But we're over here in my neck of the woods, the Waterford Lakes area. There's a lot of nice restaurants here, so let's see if I get lucky with an order. I should be getting something soon because the NBA games are about to start and I know there's going to be a lot of people ordering food. But so far for the day, I think I've made like $60 already, and I've only been out here maybe 2 hours. So I'm already doing pretty good. And I feel like this is how the job should be all the time. It shouldn't ever be like dead as fuck. It should always be this busy. Anytime now, you guys can send me an order. But yeah, I'm sure it's gonna get busy in like the next 15 minutes because the game does start in like 10 minutes. I wonder if I can get away with broadcasting the game over the stream, or like would does YouTube hit you up with some kind of monetization strike, like you can't play anything NBA related on your channel? Because if I could, I would just find somebody broadcasting the game and then just, you know, play that on my channel. Or find somebody that's talking about the game and broadcast it through the channel. I don't know why I can't do that. It makes me wonder if I can or can't. Maybe I can ask Google. Maybe Google has the answer. Can I stream another channel talking about the NBA basketball game on my YouTube channel? Oh wow, it says I can. I'm gonna ask it one more time to see if it's correct. Can I stream another YouTube? Oh wait. Can my YouTube channel stream another YouTube channel that is covering the NBA Finals basketball game that is on tonight? Can I stream another? Wait up. Can my YouTube channel stream another YouTube channel that is talking about and covering the NBA Finals game that is on tonight? No, I don't think it can do it. The first time it did say yes, but the second and the third time it came back as no. So I'm not gonna chance it. But I wish I could stream like, you know, some sort of broadcast about the game. Like, I don't understand, how do people on YouTube get away with covering the game? Because I always see that there's a lot of people doing some sort of live coverage of the game. They either have the game playing on their channel, or at least they're commentating on the game. Like, I really want to know, can I get away with just watching somebody that's commentating on the game? And could I just watch the game and commentate on it? Well, I guess I could do that. I could just watch it and commentate on it. Yep. I might do that in the next 8 minutes when the game starts. I might just watch the game with no volume on my other phone and then just commentate on it. Yeah, that sounds, and I'll probably light up a joint for that for sure. Oh my God, this is gonna be a great day. I get to watch the game, plus I get to stream and commentate on the game. Yo, what up, Gigi? Yo, I'm excited, Gigi. We're 7 minutes away. I'm gonna watch the game while I'm at work, and then just commentate on it throughout the night. Oh my God, I'm getting so nervous. I'm really super excited for this game, not only for the Knicks, but also for Wemby. Yeah, I can't wait for the game to start. I'm definitely gonna do some commentating on the game. I'm gonna see if I can try to watch it on somehow on YouTube, because there's always somebody on YouTube that's kind of streaming the game, like, you know, I'm not saying illegally, but he's definitely not getting monetized, you know. He's definitely going to be hit up with a strike, but there's always somebody on YouTube playing it. But I'm going to try to see if I can watch it on my phone somehow. Let's check if anyone's playing the game on YouTube. NBA Finals live on YouTube. Okay, it looks like there's a channel that's claiming to play the game. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna watch the game. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna drop off some orders. We're gonna talk about the game as it's playing. And we're also gonna talk some fucking MYTEAM basketball. Okay, kind of looks like someone is playing it on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna try to find someone that's playing it. But we've got like 5 minutes till it starts. Oh my God, someone is playing it on YouTube. That's awesome. That's awesome. I found someone playing the game. Okay. Okay, I gotta do a U-turn. I kind of lost track of work. It says I made $70 for the day so far, but I'm gonna keep going. It's gonna get real busy once the game starts. The orders are gonna come flying in. But who cares? I get to watch the game while I'm at work, undisturbed. I got a nice fucking fat joint on me. I'm gonna make money, and I get to commentate on while I'm streaming and hanging out with the chat. 19 minutes till tip off. Okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Gigi, who are you going for? I kind of feel like Victor Wembanyama's become everyone's favorite new player, and I'm really impressed with them, so I can understand why so many people have fallen in love with Wemby. And just the emotional outpour that he had after just winning the Western Conference Final, it was so genuine, so so real. I can't. The last time I seen anyone get that emotional was Michael Jordan after he won a championship. Was Kobe Bryant when he was in the locker room by himself, with just the championship trophy and shit. Like, that's the kind of raw emotions I want. That's the kind of what I want to see out of somebody that wants the championship so badly, so desperately, that he feels like it's his life. I love that about Victor Wembanyama, that it means his life to get that championship. And I haven't heard anyone talk like that since Kobe. So I'm real, like, I love his passion, his raw emotions about the game. It makes me feel like a kid when I used to care and love the game so much when I was out there playing the actual game. And he's 22 years old. He shows tremendous like maturity, tremendous leadership, and I think he's gonna lead the Spurs to a championship. You know, Gigi's, like I said, I grew up in New York. I'm a native New Yorker. I was born and raised in Manhattan. I grew up in New York, but I don't know, there's something so special about Wemby. There's something that makes me realize he's such a special, unique, generational talent. You know, I haven't seen anything like that since Magic and Kareem, since Michael and Kobe, since Shaq, since, you know, he's on that special level, since Steph Curry. And I don't know, I just want to be on board for the beginning of this journey, this ride. I want to see him start his legacy now. I want to see him build this dynasty now. And I think he's ready to start winning. The only problem is that the Spurs, you know, have just come off a 7-game series. They're only human. I know we like to think he's an alien, but he's only human. They've got to be tired at this point. You know, all of their fucking series have been pretty tough and have gone the distance. And the Knicks have done nothing but, you know, they just swept their last opponent, and they've done nothing but rest. And it says that anytime you have two teams in the NBA Finals where one is coming off of a sweep and is well rested, and the other one is coming off of a 7-game series, the team that is well rested and that came off of the sweep has won 20 out of 24 times. And not only are the New York Knicks playing some great basketball right now, but their 11-game win in these playoffs is not only the best playoff run in New York Knicks history, but is the best playoff run in NBA history. No team has ever had a better 11-game run in the playoffs than the New York Knicks are having right now currently. That means a lot. You know, that means to me that, you know, maybe the Knicks are the favorite. Maybe the things are stacked up against the Spurs. Maybe the Knicks have a very good chance. But I feel like it's a win-win situation for me. I love the Knicks. I really like Wemby a lot. I want to follow Wemby throughout his career. I'll be happy with just watching this really good epic series, because this reminds me of back in the days when the New York Knicks had Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston, and Larry Johnson and Patrick Ewing, and they were so close to a championship ring. The only thing that stood in their way was Tim Duncan, who at the time was a phenom, and David Robinson on the same team together, and Patrick Ewing gets injured, and the Knicks, I think it was like a gentleman's sweep. They might have won one game, or they might have got completely swept. But it brings back those type of feelings, those kind of memories, you know. And it's definitely it's gonna be a great series. But I also want to say that the Spurs are definitely more accustomed to fighting and going up against tougher teams and better teams, more skilled teams. The Spurs have had the tougher path to this finals, and I think the Knicks have done nothing but face off against a bunch of, I don't want to say scrubs, but easier teams. They've had a much easier road to the finals, and I don't think the Knicks are ready for an opponent like the Spurs. I don't think they faced up against an opponent this tough, this skilled. And I think for the Spurs, on the other hand, even though they're tired, this is going to be their most easiest opponent that they faced off against this whole year. I mean, they just beat the reigning champs. They just beat Oklahoma City, the reigning champions. So if they were able to go through them, I don't want to say this is gonna be a walk in the park or this is gonna be cake, but it's definitely their easiest opponent, and I'm hoping that the Spurs are gonna win. I'm rooting for the Spurs. Even though I grew up as a New York Knicks fan, and I also grew up as a Laker fan, I'm rooting for the Spurs. I'm rooting for this special, unique talent, this alien, Victor Wembanyama, who at 7'4" does things that you never thought somebody at 7'4" could even do. He's that special of a talent. But guys, I gotta pull over for a second because I gotta put my phone on the charger because my work phone is about to die. These apps like YouTube and like DoorDash and Uber Eats, they really fucking kill the battery life on my phone. And I've got a Samsung Galaxy and it fucking eats up the battery life. Okay, 1 second, guys. Oh, this is a really nice part of Avalon. This is also my neck of the woods. I kind of live in this area. Waterford Lakes is like a part of Avalon. It's like maybe 5 minutes apart from each other. You could get from Avalon to Waterford Lakes in 5 minutes. Like they're connected communities. And really nice, huge, like beautiful ass communities and homes. And hold on, guys, I gotta put the phone back. When you're in an area like this, you're like completely 100% safe. The only crime in this part of town is me. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a really, really nice area. Really ritzy type of area with a lot of lakes everywhere. I would show you guys the lakes, but they're on the left-hand side and I'm driving at the moment, so can't do it. But I'm over here now. Like this is what they call downtown Avalon. And it's really nice. This is like their marketplace and stuff. And then on the other side, across the street, they got a gym. It's a really nice area. My sister owns a home in this area. I really like it, but I don't know if I would want to move into it because the traffic is really bad in this area. It's always pretty congested. And like to complete a 7-minute trip in the morning time, it takes you like 30 minutes to get out of here when it should only take you like 7 minutes to get out of this community. And then they got like a little sushi place over here. It's a really, really nice area. I love like that it's a part of Waterford Lakes and stuff. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix the phone. I don't know why that keeps happening. Gets on my nerves. I give my girl one task. Hey, get a really good phone mount. You to your girl, hey, get a really good phone mount. For some reason, in a woman's brain, that translates into get the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. Instead of getting the best one you could find on Amazon, paying a good price for one and not having to rebuy it again. But that's what happens anytime I leave anything up to my girl. Well, good thing we got off the road when we did. There was a police officer right behind us. Maybe that was, an act of God. He did pull into 7-Eleven. Let's see what he does. I always get paranoid about police officers getting behind me, or even in the area, because sometimes you think a police officer is getting off the road, but all he's really doing is looping into the gas station, looping around, and then getting back behind you again. So you always got to be careful of, police officers. They're basically just legalized gangs, legalized gang members. And I still haven't gotten a ping for some reason. I think the game has started by now, so hopefully I get to catch some of it on YouTube and shit. And I'm gonna try to give some commentating on the game. Oh, there's 3 minutes until the game starts. Alright, hopefully it gets busy with some like orders and shit. But we are driving through Avalon Park, and like I said, it's a really, really nice area. I love living here. So glad I get to raise my kid in this area. Why does that keep fucking happening? I'm gonna have to pull over again and fix the camera and the phone mounts. I think if I would have told my 8-year-old son to order me a really good phone mount, he would have done a better job finding me one. Okay, we do got an order from Taco Bell. It is 2 minutes away. I'm gonna take you guys inside with me to Taco Bell, just to change up the scenery. That is great. That's what I need to happen 100 times over and over. In life, when life throws you lemons, you gotta make lemonade out of it. I swear that right there is an undercover police car. Okay, we're gonna be going into Taco Bell to pick up some food. It is 1 minute away in this plaza. I'll be making the next right into it. And let's get some Taco Hell. Taco Bell has got to be the nastiest food out there ever. Like, One time I tried working at Taco Bell. I lasted like 3 weeks and I quit just because I thought the food was so nasty to be around it. That's how bad it is. Alright guys, I'm going to take you guys in with me. Let's go get ourselves some Taco Bell. Alright, let's see how things are looking at this Taco Bell. Sometimes it takes forever to get an order from Taco Bell. Got an order for Amanda B.
Amanda, we're working on that. We'll have it out in just a second.
Appreciate you.
Gabby.
It's crazy. Taco Bell is completely deserted. It's like pretty dead. Says they're gonna take a minute to get the order ready. I do want to try out these strawberry cinnamon delight. Like they're like these little poppers. They look really, really good. I do want to try that. But I haven't eaten Taco Bell in like years. I used to really grub out on it. I used to love it. But nowadays, I won't even touch it. And look how dead it is. It's like I'm in the back rooms and I'm the only person at this Taco Bell. Alright, and when Taco Bell says they're gonna take a minute, it's more like they're gonna take 10 minutes. Let's see if I can get a free drink out of this. And Taco Bell does not even smell good. Like, you know how when you walk into like a restaurant and the food smells so good you just want to eat it? Ugh. This does not smell like good tacos. It's like taco hell. And then when you go to Taco Bell, the customer service is so damn terrible. All they do is turn their backs to you and pretend they don't see you. And that's what they call customer service nowadays. And then they wonder why it's a ghost town over here. It's ridiculous. Can I get a cup of water? Amanda B. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Here's a cup, and I need to seal up the back for you.
Appreciate that. It is freezing in here. This Taco Bell actually looks really clean. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Have a good night.
You too. Actually, I'm gonna go with root beer. I know I said I was gonna get a water, but I figured why not treat myself to a little root beer. Okay. And that's how you get yourself a free drink. You tell them, hey, I need a cup of water, and you get yourself a damn root beer. You think anyone's gonna give a fuck? This root beer sludge costs us like fucking pennies on the dollar to me. By the gallon. You don't give a shit if you take some damn root beer. No way. A 6-2 early lead. That's a real early lead. Let's oh my god. All right, let's not jinx it, GG's. Hold on, guys. I gotta set up my phone. Oh my god, what the fuck just happened? Alright guys, let's go drop off this order. Okay, I've got the game on. Hold on, I do have the game on. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to find the game. Ooh. Knicks up 12-7. Oh, man. This is not a good start for the Spurs. This is not a good start for the Spurs. Oh, what up, FOMO? Oh my gosh, FOMO, I just got into the car and I just started up the game on YouTube. Hold up, guys. I'm just trying to find someone. Okay. So there really isn't anyone showing the game. It's just like a lot of streamers covering the game. But I did find someone that's got the score up. Oh, FOMO, let me tell you, I wonder, like, let's say the Spurs win the championship ring. Are we going to get GOAT Wemby for free? If the Spurs win this championship, we should be getting a free GOAT Victor Wembanyama if the Spurs win. just like in previous years, you know, when whoever the champion was, you know, we got like the best card that was around at that time. And you know, he shouldn't be no exchange event card. If they're gonna do a GOAT Wemby, if the Spurs win, GOAT Wemby should be something that we get for free or like some really easy challenges to complete. Because in all the other previous 2Ks, we always automatically got whoever was the MVP of the NBA Finals, we automatically got them as a GOAT card or we got them as an Invincible card. It should be no different this year. You know, if the Knicks win, they're most like, trust me, if the New York Knicks win, they're gonna give us a fucking, if the New York Knicks win, there's no doubt that they're gonna give us a GOAT Brunson. But if the fucking Spurs win, trust me when I say 2K is gonna try to get out of giving us a fucking GOAT Wemby if the Spurs win. But you know, if they follow the usual routine, if the Spurs win and the NBA Finals, the MVP, we should be getting a GOAT Victor Wembanyama. But that's how it used to be in previous years. You know, even in 2K25, you had to complete the challenges, you know, for Invincible SGA, but those fucking challenges weren't anything difficult. They were maybe a little bit tedious, and they were boring, and they were pretty lengthy, but they were nothing difficult. You just had to do the challenges that came out like every day or every week, and at the end, when the Oklahoma City Thunder became the champions and Shea got MVP, if you completed all the challenges from the previous rounds, you got a free Invincible SGA. In 2K24, you got a GOAT Jaylen Brown, and you got a fucking Invincible Jason Tatum, and I believe you got like a 100 Porzingis. So, you know, 2K, it is possible for 2K to, you know, they should give us something good for these NBA playoffs. Boy. My mother-in-law, she's got a mutant ability. Like, she'll see that I'm streaming, or she'll see that no one is picking up the phone call for her, and this being declined. Well, it's like declining her phone call enrages her, like the way the Incredible Hulk gets mad. And the more you decline her phone call, the more she gets madder and enraged, and the more she'll keep on calling. It's craziness. If I call somebody and they don't pick up the first time, or they send it to voicemail, believe me, I don't call them back 3 more times. Oh, fuck, I missed my turn. That's great. I missed the turn because I had to decline her phone call like 4 fucking times. That's ridiculous. Oh my God, it's so dark out here. It's kind of scary. I'm in like the redneck part of Orlando, the country part of Orlando, the very heavily wooded part of Orlando. Looks kind of scary out here. 2K put on a Devin Vassell GOAT card. Yeah, that's too funny. It would do some shit like that. Oh my gosh, FOMO. I hit 15 million again. When I had hit 15 mil, I had 100. I have 100 Magic Johnson on the team. I got I have who else is on my team that I got? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the invincible Ray Allen, and I had invincible Akeem Olajuwon. After I had hit 15 mil again and I had those 3 sellable players, I got really bored with the game, and I said I'm gonna fucking treat myself to something really good. And I don't know if you know, but I sold my GOAT KD because he was not all that. But then I bought myself a really good card. I bought myself Invincible Anthony Davis. I still have 14.2 million MT. Plus I got those 4 sellable players. And Invincible Anthony Davis turned out to be amazing. Like, I'm getting the same production that I'm getting out of GOAT KD. I'm getting the same kind of production out of Invincible Anthony Davis. He's got better movement to the rim. He's got a bigger, he's 6'10", just like KD, but he's got a bigger build. He's wider. He slashes to the rim better than KD does. And the only thing KD does better is the jump shot was slightly better. Slightly faster. But Anthony Davis's jump shot is money. It's really good. Easy to time and smooth. Maybe not the fastest like KD's, but good enough. And even though I bought Anthony Davis, I still have 14.2 million. But now I have sellable 100 Magic, sellable Invincible Ray Allen, Invincible AD, and Invincible Akeem Olajuwon. All 4 players sellable on top of my 14.4. So I really have like 18 mil. Because Akeem is worth $1 million, AD is worth $1 million, Magic is worth about 600,000, and Invincible Ray Allen is worth about 400,000. So I'm really sitting on about 18 mil. But I have to be honest, I'm not in any rush to sell any of my players. I'm not in any rush to break up my team. I'm having a lot of fun with the squad that I have. I love... Okay, guys, it looks like I got the Spurs game on. I found it on Twitch. What? I just put the game on Twitch. What happened to Brunson? You got to be kidding me. What happened to Brunson for real? Okay, I gotta say, if they don't have Brunson in the game, then there's no chance for the Knicks. There's no chance really for the New York Knicks if they're missing Brunson. I just got the game on Twitch, so I'm watching someone play the game right now, and I'm trying to watch it as best as I can while I'm driving. But I see that the score is 19-27 at the end of the first. The Knicks are up by 12. That is a good sign, guys. That is a really good sign. This is the beginning, that start of that Wemby legacy. In 5 years from now, when people say, hey, where were you with during Wemby's first championship ring? I'm going to say I was driving around, dropping off orders, streaming, talking to the chat, and watching the game with the people in the chat and streaming about it and talking about it. This is fucking a great way to start. Harrison Barnes fell and hit Brunson's knee. Brunson was trying to... Wow. That's crazy. Well, hopefully it's nothing too serious. But I have to admit, I won't mind if Brunson has to miss game 1. If Brunson misses game 1 and we can get game 1, the Spurs can get game 1, you know, that's a good start. So maybe they might even keep Brunson out of it just to make sure that he's ready for game 2. I don't know how bad the injury is, if he had to be carried off the court, but I'm not saying you want to see something like this happen, but It does help the Spurs situation. Let's just say that. It does help out the Spurs. Hold on, guys. I gotta find a way to get out of this neighborhood, or else we'll just be going in fucking circles over here because the damn neighborhood is so big. Alright. I got the GPS up. Also, I'm still dashing. I'm still trying to find some more orders. We've had, I think we've made about $77 today. We started at like I want to say we started at 6:30, and we're at, so it's been about 3 hours since I've been out here, maybe 3.5 hours, and I made $70 so far. That's a really good start. You know, that's a really good way to start your day off. And I'm over here chilling with you guys. I got the game on. I'm able to watch the game, keep up with it, and fucking stream and fucking smoke while I'm making money. That's a huge W. I can't wait to go home tonight, also watch the game again, and then also play some MYTEAM. Jump on the sticks. Wow, Brunson, you know it's got to be bad because Brunson you'll never see Brunson asked to be taken out of a game. He always wants to fight through everything. Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty fucking big. I was wondering what was going on because I saw at first that the Spurs were losing. They were down 7-12. And it wasn't looking so good. And then out of nowhere, I saw that they made a huge turnaround. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? But I just put the game on for the beginning of the second half. For the beginning of the second quarter. This guy's got a lot of commercials on his Twitch channel. He's got a lot of ads, so like I have to like sit through all of these ads just to fucking watch this game on his channel. Oh, they're interviewing Karl Anthony Towns already? Good lord. I don't know what Karl Anthony Towns is saying, but it can't be good if Brunson isn't out there to speak for himself. He's probably in the back getting some sort of treatment, but the fact that he took himself out of the game is a bad sign of things. I hate to say it, but if this is some kind of injury that he's injured for the whole series, there goes New York's chance. That's it. There is no way they can win this series against the Spurs. The momentum that the Spurs have, there's no way they're going to win this series without a Brunson. They need his offense. They need his fucking heart. They need his clutchness. They need all of that from Brunson just to win just to make it a close series. Damn. That is some bad news for the New York Knicks, man. Alright, I'm just trying to get out of this fucking crazy big ass neighborhood and get to the main road where like the restaurants are and get busy because I know it's got to be busy now that the game has started. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep the stream on for because my battery has been going dead on the phone, but I'm going to keep it going for as long as possible. But I'm just trying to get back out to the main road so I can continue picking up some orders and continue making some money because right now is probably like the prime time to make money when a huge sporting event like the NBA Finals is happening. Alright, let me make a U-turn because I made the wrong turn. But I got the game back on. And I got the DoorDash app back on. Damn, the score is 24-27. That's a close game. You know, if they got no Brunson out there, it shouldn't be this close. Oh, thanks, Kimberly. I really appreciate that, Kimberly. Little sweetheart right there, Kimberly. Thanks, Kim. Appreciate that, Kimmy. Thanks so much, Kim, for the W2. What a sweetheart. I really love having people like Kimberly a part of this community. It makes a huge difference to me. It means a lot to me. But we're almost at the next location. We are heading back to Wawa's to pick up an order. It's not a really big order. It's a really small order. And I'm just going to pick it up and drop it off really quick because it's a really small, quick order. And it's really close by. And like I said, the more you accept every order that they give you and the more you drop it off on time, the better your acceptance rating is, the better your on-time rating is, the better your cancellation rating is. And when those ratings get better, your overall rating gets better and they send you better orders. They send you more expensive deliveries. Deliveries that are like 15, 20 bucks. So that's why I kind of pick up everything, even the small little orders. Alright, and we're going over here to Wawa's. I may just take you guys into... No, I'm going to leave you guys in the car because I got to charge up the phone. But we're going right over here to Wawa's gas station. It's the only gas station that I like eating from. I will never ever eat food from any gas station, but Wawa's actually has really good food. Score is 28-31. I'll be back, guys. I gotta go pick up this order.
De Jiménez para allá arriba.
Alright guys, I'm on the way to drop off this order. I don't know how much battery life my cell phone has left, but now both of my cell phones are dying out and I only have one good charger. I hate when shit like that happens. If I tell my girl buy 2 decent chargers for this car, it goes in one ear out the other. She'll just find the cheapest shit she can find on Amazon. So I gotta get another good charger for this car so I can have 2 good chargers for both phones. Because the YouTube app kills the battery life and the DoorDash app kills the battery life. So after like fucking 2 or 3 hours, I'm in like some major trouble. But I don't know how much battery life I got left in either phone. So I'm charging up my work phone right now because I need it the most. Where the fuck are we going over here? The fuck is this? Okay. It's crazy how busy Orlando is, even at fucking 9:30 at night, just to fucking deliver some food. But it says we're gonna be there in 2 minutes, so not too bad. It is really dark out here, so I'm gonna put my brights on because it is super dark out here. But this is kind of like the little bit of like the rednecky part of Orlando. And it's pretty dark out here. This is like where all the trailer parks are at in Orlando. They're like hiding back here in the woods. But we have it. We have our own little white trashy community, just like everyone else does. And this is where they live, back here in the dark. I hate coming back here. You can't see shit back here. The roads lead to nothing but a bunch of dead ends. And everyone is driving crazy back here. And sometimes back here, you'll even hear some gunshots at night. So it gets pretty bad. Yo, what's good, my dude? What's poppin'? How's it going? Oh, man. I just missed my turn again. Alright, guys. I gotta pay attention to the road because I missed my turn twice for this 2-minute delivery. So I gotta, like, lock in and get this delivered. Pretty dark out here, so it's real easy to miss a turn. What up, Maurice? How's it going, Maurice? But it is dark as fuck out here and I can't see shit. So I don't want to miss this turn again. But it looks like it's right here. Looks like a little trailer park area. Doesn't look like a bad area, but it definitely is like a mobile home area. All right, let me just drop this off real quick. Okay, that was a really quick order. This area looks scary as fuck. I'm gonna loop around and get out of here ASAP. Looks like they could film The Walking Dead back here. But I appreciate everyone that's been coming through saying hi and hanging out for a little bit. Really do. Look at this dumb fucking cat just sitting here. Run this fucking nasty ass cat over. Hate fucking cats. Cats are nothing but full of diseases. Okay. They made it pretty difficult just to get out of this place. Of course. This fucking car is so annoying. Alright guys, we're headed to Chick-fil-A. It's about 4 minutes away. We're gonna pick up this order really quick. It shouldn't be a big delivery. It shouldn't be too far.